we couldn't just perform the way that we normally do. So we kind of had to just go and reinvent the entire thing and sort of start from scratch. And once we did that, then it kind of just, we knew it was going to take a while to pull off. And so, it took a good probably 8 months to get all the logistics coordinated and together and make everything happen.
So then for you guys, as far as the day-to-day goes during that 6-7 months time span, so you guys are finishing the record or it's already done, but then the pandemic's going on. So there's a lot of things that are happening while you're putting this together. Was it something that you were working on every day for those 6-7 months?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. There was a lot of video conference calls and, passing back and forth ideas. And, man, looking back on it, I think it's still, I would say, is the hardest thing we've ever done. So, we released this last year with the release of our latest record, and it was a one-time thing, just live that evening. And we haven't really put it anywhere since. It hasn't lived anywhere else. And so we've been holding on to it. We decided to really go in and dive into the mix of the audio to make sure that it sounds really good, especially in a movie theater, make it feel really big and get that movie experience that we're familiar with. And yeah, now we're releasing it for, one night only in the theaters. We like that it feels exclusive. We like that it feels like, you got to come and see this thing, and it's, it could go away forever after that. And we're not really sure, but it I don't know. It just adds to, it feels like today, everyone, if you're going to, people feel like if you're going to create something, you want to try to spread it out as often and as far and as wide as possible. But there's something really powerful about being proud of what you make. I feel proud of this. I feel like this represents who I am. And when your security in what it is that you make is rooted there, then whether or not it gets, scattered all over the world, it becomes a secondary thing. Now, I get that that's something that as a band, it's been fortunate enough to be heard all over the world, and for our music to be scattered all over the world. It is really easy for me to say that, and I get that. But it is something that we learned in the process, that let's just make things that we're proud of. Let's make something that we stamp on and be like, I'm going to look back on that and be so proud that we put in that much work. And that's what this thing is. And, it's a one-time theatrical, release of this thing. And, Josh said this earlier. He was talking about how, we executed this live stream concert in front of no audience, and when we weren't able to have people come together. And now for it to all come full circle, and we're releasing it in a movie theater where people can come together to experience it together. It's just a perfect way to close out the idea.
Well, that's good. I'd say it was just about, it might have been a little longer than this, but Oasis released a live concert film from like 1995, 1996. That was released in theaters for one night only a few months back. And it was the first time that I'd ever went to a theater to experience something like that. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Liam Gallagher, first of all, was like 9 feet tall, but the way that the sound works, being able to hear it and see it all together, it was just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have done, because that to me was one of the best parts about the live stream, was the details, was the actors, was the cutaways. The performances and stuff were awesome. We expect that, but everything around it was so really, really, really well done. Were those actors or people that you knew before, or did they just come in just to do this for you guys this time?
Well, that was a part of the 8-month buildup to this, was, right. Casting certain people to do certain things, and so many different departments when it came to the extras and the choreography and obviously the lighting and the video and moving camera. It's one thing to rent out an arena, which is what we did, and go, okay, we got a stage over here, stage over here, stage over here, stage over here. Now we're gonna make sure we have enough time to get from one stage to the next. So make sure that the amount of we can cut away to something to give us time to get over there. But then there's a whole other thing. It's like we got to coordinate all these cameras to move. We got to coordinate all the lighting to make sure that it's on the right. So it was just a massive lift. I mean, man.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Scott, it's Friday.
Oh.
Make note.
I will make note. And
Make note, it's Friday.
F.
That starts with an F.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Rizz here. Moon.
Energy up.
King Scott. And the other voice in the room is Detroit radio legend Court Freeman.
Thank you. That's the first time I've heard that. That's appreciative.
Well, how am I going to introduce you?
That's perfect. Keep it going. Yeah.
Detroit radio legend Court Freeman.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Hey, welcome to town, man.
It's been great.
So far, I mean, you saw the Drury across the street.
My hotel has a living room in it. It doesn't get better than that.
Oh, nice.
Huh. Did you take advantage?
Yeah. Took a nap on the couch.
All right.
Moved over to the bed.
Yeah.
All right.
I made that hotel my room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your domicile. It was for the past couple of days. Well, you were supposed to be here Wednesday.
Oh.
He was supposed to come in Wednesday, and
But he decided that Thursday would be a better day.
Yeah, I was like, nah, let's just do Thursday.
well, we were all worried about the weather, but the quote-unquote storm, the storm of the century that was supposed to blow through here, wasn't that bad. So I'm like, you should have no problem getting in.
I was
Wednesday
on the
afternoon.
plane twice, and they pulled us off. And I get here Thursday, and there's no snow.
Yeah. What were the reasoning?
They told us it's because there's bad weather in the region, in the Great Plains region. And so somebody's like, my friend lives in St. Louis, and they say there's no snow. Yeah, but the region's
Oh,
bad.
the region. Don't they fly over that stuff?
Wow, that's the hockey injury. He is going to be out for 3 months with a lower body injury.
I think they also got a phone call from 6 different superintendents. So they're like, oh, we got to cancel now. Yes, they make good calls.
What a bummer.
I was at the airport all day. I felt like Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah, the terminal.
style.
Yeah.
You were living there?
That guy just passed away.
Tom Hanks?
No,
I like that guy.
No, sorry, I misspoke.
Terminal
there.
guy, the guy who was based on?
The
Oh,
real
yeah.
terminal guy. Yeah, I think it was last year.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
He was
dead.
still
Way to bring
living
that up.
there.
Was he really?
Yeah. But I mean, somebody just talked about that the other day and didn't realize that is actually a true story.
Well,
It's based on a real guy.
What happened was they housed him, and I think he went back to the terminal.
Oh,
I
is
think he
that what
was.
happened?
I believe that's the story.
I just remember seeing a picture of like the office that they gave him. It was like this corner, kind of weird office with a window, and it was just packed full of stuff, and he just lived there.
I thought it was going to be me.
He thought you were
On
the
Wednesday, you're
terminal.
going to be the guy.
Yeah,
I think the story goes. What was the story? So the terminal story is
there's a vacancy.
So the character gets to the airport. The country he's from like collapses while he's there.
Yeah, it didn't exist suddenly or
And
something.
his passport is no good, so he can't leave the terminal. So he lives there,
Yeah,
based on a true story.
Yeah, he was in limbo, and it ended up being, I guess, better than the other options.
Yeah, but okay, so he's living at the terminal. Finally, he gets all his affairs in order, and they get him a house, or he goes somewhere else, and now he's lost his thing. Like he's lost his identity.
It was probably a really popular feeling, like walking around and, hey, there's the guy.
There's the guy.
He lived for it.
That's the guy. That's his identity. And then now he's just a guy with a house. I'm a guy with a house. You're a guy with a house.
Yeah, he's just like
He's like
everybody
everybody else. Not the guy living at the airport.
I couldn't do it.
So I believe he may have gone back.
Yeah, so there was a vacancy. You could have moved right in.
Yeah, but he wasn't in Detroit, though.
Oh,
Where was he?
you got me, man. Let's find out.
He was in.
Find out.
I'm going to guess Philadelphia.
That sounds right.
It was at Charles de Gaulle.
Oh.
So I think Branson.
Nope. Nope.
His name is Mehran Karimi Nasseri.
Oh, so it wasn't even here. It was Paris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is probably why they were nice enough to give him a room, and they were extra kind
Oh,
to
yeah.
him.
European airports are a lot
Yeah,
better than ours.
I was just gonna say, like, this is making a lot more sense because I don't know an American airport that's been nice to me when I'm in there for 3 hours, much less 30
You're
years.
just not talking to the right people.
Right, right.
That's what it is.
Well, Court, welcome to town.
Thank you.
And this is your first time in St. Louis.
It is indeed.
And I'd like to know your preconceived notions of this city. Like, so up in Detroit, so I'm assuming you grew up like a Red Wings fan.
Yep.
Pistons fan.
Pistons fan, Lions fan, but
fan.
you know, you always have to find a team to root for in the playoffs,
Right.
so it's difficult.
Right.
But two pretty similar cities. So, you know, I told some friends I was coming here, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get shot." And I'm like, "Dude, we live in Detroit.
Yeah.
We're from Detroit. We can't say that.
Yeah.
But it's been nice.
Yeah, that's pot calling kettle black.
Yeah, you're our number one competitor, really, when it comes to
Right, like
when it comes to that kind of
1
when
and
it
2,
comes
we
to that
alternate
stuff.
Yeah.
the ratings,
top of the stats.
the stats you don't want to be on.
But what else? I mean, what else did you hear about St. Louis? I mean, aside from the crime.
A lot of food stuff. I love food,
Yeah.
but I don't understand like the bagels, the St. Louis style bagels. When is that better than a normal bagel? The way they cut it.
Oh,
It
the
doesn't
bread
make
slicing.
sense. Yeah, the bread sliced bagels.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't get it.
Well, if you put eggs in between it, you do get it. It's really good.
You put eggs between them?
Between the bread slice.
It's like a bread, but a tastier bread that you can, like a loaf. It's better than a loaf.
You're talking about making a sandwich.
Then make
Yeah.
a loaf.
A bagel sandwich.
No, man, it's so good.
no, what do you? I don't.
And Chick-fil-A has one that's pretty incredible.
What the hell are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about?
It's on a bagel. It's got the chicken, and then they put some cheese.
That's a
and
St. Louis thing?
other stuff.
No,
but they
no.
split the bagel
No.
in half.
Okay, you're not speaking what we're speaking.
I thought you were talking about how they cut it.
No, they cut it like bread. Like
If you go
one
to
bagel
bread-
is sliced like
if you
multiple
go to bread
times
cut-
Oh,
vertically.
okay, that.
Not just cut it.
Okay.
They cut their bagels in half a lot of places,
Oh,
Scott.
Yes, they do. Over and over and over
Like
again.
this. He's saying you slice it.
I see what you're saying.
You
Okay,
thin
okay.
slice it like this.
Yes,
Which
people
actually,
everywhere cut their bagels in half, Scott.
I know. I was like,
didn't know
I
this
don't
was
know why
St.
it's
Louis.
bad.
I didn't know this was St. Louis style sliced.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
I
realize
love
that.
this.
It is specifically St. Louis.
And do you know why this is a good idea? Because sometimes even a half a bagel is too much. It's too much bread.
But I don't want
is
an
that?
eighth of a bagel. That's never enough.
What do you?
You don't have to have that. You
What are
can
you,
have
a
your half.
7-year-old
I have to have
girl?
2 slices.
I'm just saying, like, some of us are watching our calorie intake here and there. And I still want a bagel.
But think of someone like Moon that has about 50 kids that live in his house. He could buy one bagel and feed everyone.
Yeah, look how.
if it's bagel day at work and I go into the room, open up the thing, and that's what the bagels look like, I'm so
slice?
upset.
I still don't understand why. Why is that a thing?
It's so I can have a taste of a bagel and not have to. Okay, how many times have you had a bagel and you didn't eat the whole thing?
Never.
Well, that's you. Okay,
I usually
there's
cash the whole thing.
and so do I. But most people don't.
But a half is good for an adult.
Right.
If you're trying to watch your bread intake, a half is good. Not when your bagel is cut into 10 slivers.
all I'm doing.
Or if you're watching your bread, don't order the bagel.
just trying to understand.
I don't
That-
understand.
that's all. And I'm just trying to say, okay, I can see a reason.
And maybe also, some of the St. Louis stuff is coated with just tons of sugar and everything. So maybe it's just like, hey, you can have a cookie.
yeah.
They turn into a cookie
No,
that's
I
a
don't-
really tasty
I don't
cookie.
think it's a moderation thing.
You don't think? You
No,
don't
I
so?
think it's another reason.
Well,
I don't know what it would be.
Is it for dipping it into, like for smearing it into cream cheese? I don't know, like dipping it.
Can you just
don't
rip
have
a normal
knives here.
bagel?
We
I
don't
don't
have
know.
knives here.
and this was started by St. Louis Bread Company.
Yes, because they got the bread slicer there.
Oh,
Just because you have it doesn't mean
Doesn't
you
mean
have
you
to
need to use
use
it for
it.
everything. You don't need to use it for everything.
yeah. I'm all about trying new things here. I don't think it's a bad idea. Look at that. That kind of looks good. I want a slice. I want. You know what? Oh, this is perfect. It's for like flights. When I go in there, I'm like, oh, do I want the cinnamon raisin? Oh, do I want the chocolate chip one? No, maybe I just want the plain. Well, now I can eat a full bagel and have 6 flavors. You get a slice like that, and then I just take a slice of each.
I like it.
Okay.
What?
What do
If you
mean?
order a
What?
dozen and you get like different kinds, you can grab a little slice of salt, a little slice of egg bagel, and then you can form a full bagel of 6 different bagels. is
Yeah,
what
see,
he's
so
saying.
look at the picture. There's 4 different bagels there. Typically, you would have to just choose one and miss out on all the others. But now you can have a slice of each and still get the calorie and sustenance of cashing one bagel. But you get 4 different. It's like a flight of beers.
How are you dressing it up? Are you putting cream cheese on like each little slice?
Yeah, and then you bind them together
yeah.
with the cream cheese.
Oh,
and
that's not a bad idea either.
like
I'm
a big
cre-
wall,
Yeah, I'm a cream cheeser.
Now we're getting into something.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm a cream cheeser. I like the flavored cream cheesers too. I like what's the purple one? Is that like a blackberry or a blueberry?
I don't know.
or
I just
something?
like regular.
strawberry.
Maybe that's a
one was
blueberry.
good.
Yeah, and the honey one.
Get your flavors out of here.
Whatever, man. Whatever, dude.
No idea. Not interested in that.
Yeah, I'm not either. And I guess has this been a thing for a while?
I don't know. This is new to me. I remember talking about this, but I don't remember like seeking it out or experience. I've
Yeah,
never
well,
experienced
we
it.
talked about it maybe it was a year or two ago, because I guess the word got out that people were doing this, and headlines were like, "The way people in St. Louis slice bagels sparks outrage."
They were talking about me.
Sparks outrage. Okay.
It's a disgrace to bagels.
Bread sliced bagels.
So it did make it to Detroit. So your friends are like, they know about the sliced bagels.
Yeah,
from St.
And
Louis.
make fun of people in St. Louis.
Yeah, and what else? What other food? Because we do have, like, this is a food city, dude. This is a sandwich city.
Yeah,
in
it's
fact.
Sandwich City.
I had no sandwiches. Toasted ravioli.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just phenomenal.
Heard about
Which
that.
has started to make its way around the country as almost a staple at a lot of bars.
Yeah, a lot of towns will have that
Restaurants.
one bar that the person's from St. Louis, that they own the bar now, so they bring in
They'll
toasted
bring in
wraps.
toasted
Yeah.
ravioli.
Luis's is making a cheese ravioli, and I've got a new thing where I do air fryer, those things, and then I put salsa, like a good salsa on it. I know
Really?
my kids think it's disgusting, but I think it's phenomenal.
Dude, if you had a vowel at the end of your last name, I would take it away.
Cheese ravioli salsa.
I would take it. If your name was like Muno,
And we're not talking about like
I would
Tostitos
take your O
salsa.
away.
We're talking about like that Mateo stuff or something local.
you're out.
Well, okay. I'm adopted, so
Give me that.
You can't take
Give me
the
that
L.
Italian. You don't deserve that Italian horn you're wearing. Give me that
And then there's the
salsa
cheese.
on your ravioli. Provel. Yeah, that's a thing.
What is it?
It's a lab created thing.
Yeah, it's a lab-created mixture of two cheeses that makes a very, very unique sort of melty goo ball cheese. kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's great.
Is there a
it's-
cheese that's not lab created now?
It's specifically used for St. Louis style pizza. You know, the thin crust.
It's not pizza.
Okay, here we go.
Ah,
It's not pizza.
is it Rizz that says it's a cracker?
It's a cracker.
Well, I mean, I used to.
mind your
I've come to
surroundings.
appreciate it now.
And I don't mind the taste. The problem with it is the cut.
The square.
Yeah, like only like a quarter of the slices, and you can't even call them slices, have crust. And for me, the whole point of eating a pizza is crust.
Yeah. St. Louis style pizza is not your typical crusty. In fact, some brands pride themselves by going edge to edge with the toppings and the sauce. So there really is no crust.
No, if
the
you get
crust
that middle
would be,
piece, ugh.
the crust would be
The cracker underneath.
the shell of it.
Yeah, it's a different experience altogether. Now, if you want to do it slice style, I guess you could do that.
You could ask for it.
Well, I'm assuming
Like
so.
in triangles?
They'd be big old long skinny triangles, but I would assume you can do that.
If you want.
I mean,
Yeah.
I believe it's
give it a go. If
better
that's
enjoyed.
what's going to make your
It's
review better,
It's better enjoyed. It's better enjoyed square wise.
I agree.
Yeah, I love that.
It's as if they know what they're doing with their own product.
Yeah, the only-
I'm
It
sure they
took me
do.
a while to get used to it.
The only problem with how they cut it is you will accidentally eat a whole piece, or like whole large by yourself, and then you're like, "How did I just do that?"
Yeah,
but if you go
cash
with
one.
the big square, or I mean the big triangles, then you'll eat like 2 or 3 and you're done.
Yeah, you could get. I mean, you could cash a St. Louis pizza pretty easily
Yeah.
and not realize what you've done. And you go, "What have I done?
What have I done? Looking at
What
this
have I
empty
done? It's an empty."
box.
Yeah, I never thought about that because we do have the frozen St. Louis styles, and I never
Oh.
cut them in squares. I always cut them in slices, and I do crush about 3 or 4 slices, and I'm done. Half
Oh,
half
do
a
you
pizza.
slice? No, when I make it at home, I'll
I
cut
never,
it in squares.
I never thought
Ugh.
about it.
Oh.
Never thought about
I'll
it.
cut it in squares.
No.
I was very resistant to it at first, but then I'm like, this is. I think I'm blinded by coming from New York, where known for their pizza. I can't like anything else.
Yeah, talking
I'm
about
not
like,
allowed to.
getting your name taken away.
I'm not allowed to like anything else. But then I'm like, all right, let me just let go of my hate and my bias.
I would hold on to it.
I've learned to love it. I love it, guys. I love it.
And Detroit pizza is Chicago pizza with what
thought it
is
was
the
no.
difference?
No,
You
it's
guys
like
only eat-
the deep
don't know
dish.
me.
It's a different deep dish than Chicago. Ours is a square pan pizza.
Oh yeah, it's like
And
a,
it's
like a
got
brownie
the cheese crown
Yeah, but
around the sides.
Chicago deep dish is a thick bowl.
pan. Okay,
Detroit's the pan pizza, crispy.
so it's a square. So we're back to shapes. You guys are really
No,
into
it's good. No,
shapes
Detroit
in
pizza's
Detroit.
good.
But it's
Detroit pizza's
basically
good. It's different.
What it is, it's pretty much just like bread, like breadsticks with toppings.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So like if you like crust like I do, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Randall works at Emo's. He says people ask for pie cut all the time.
Will they give it to him, or do they just ask for it?
and Steven says only a psychopath cuts a thin crust pizza into triangles.
You have to. Poor people, if you have friends over and you order that pizza, half of the eaters aren't getting crust. It's not fair.
Kelly writes in, first off, I'm also from Detroit, and the pizza here, I guess in St. Louis, is gross. No offense. Ask your dude, it's Court, if he knows about Buddy's Pizza from Detroit. That stuff is the bomb.
It was just named one of the 50 best pizzas in the world. The world.
Buddy's?
Yeah.
Show me some Buddy's.
Buddy's Pizza.
Show me this Buddy's.
It's iconic Detroit style, and it's good.
Jessica writes, bread slice bagels is for dipping in cream cheese, and it helps to be more portable and or shareable. Shareable.
Why would you want to share a bagel? Get your own bagel.
Get your own bagel.
It's $2. I'll buy you a bagel.
There's
that's Buddy's.
Buddy's Pizza. Detroit.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them around town or something. It's so good.
I want to see what a pizza looks like.
Yeah, where's the menu?
Show me a...
I'll just Google
it is a square.
Yeah, it's like
use
minimal
grandma's.
sauce. It's not too saucy. So for like bread lovers, it's the absolute best. So once you see this pizza, you'll understand my beef with the cracker pizza.
Yeah, and I'm back to the bagel thing. People are just like, it's good for snacking if you bread slice it. I guess so.
So here it is. It's this is the stuff that influenced the Bigfoot pizza, the Pizza Hut, right? Or Little Caesars and all
Little
that.
Caesars,
That's
yeah.
all the Chicago.
Oh, that looks good.
I mean Detroit.
That looks great.
Fantastic.
That looks great.
Looks good. You're
See, the
definitely,
problem is it's a lot of dough.
Yeah, you're
a lot
definitely
of
not
dough.
cleaning
Yeah.
this yourself.
A lot of dough. Where in St. Louis, it's, minimal dough.
Yeah, we've been spoiled with that. So we're just used to less bread, you know?
Minimal dough.
Give me all the bread.
Andrew writes, Chicago pizza's trash, just like their city.
Yikes.
Yikes! Yeah. What happened? What did Chicago do to you?
You haven't had
No,
the right one. I
well,
just had
and-
a Chicago.
and you know
I
what?
don't like Chicago style, and I just had a Chicago style from that Alfano's in Winsville. And I will say, actually, my wife and I both went, "Oh, we don't like Chicago style," and then went for it, and we're like, "Holy!"
Man,
cow.
we like Chicago style. But people in
Holy
Chicago
cow.
don't eat that.
They don't. They eat more of the St. Louis style.
It was so good.
Which they
what
call
we had.
bar pizza.
Yeah, tavern style.
Tavern style. Yeah, tavern style pizza.
Yeah.
Which is St. Louis style pizza.
And you know how I felt about that?
You hated it?
Hated it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're really endearing yourself to
I'll come
St.
around.
Louis.
Just cut it like a
St. Louis
pizza.
crowd right now. We gonna crap on the Cardinals next? Go ahead.
Oh.
I'm still thinking about 06. Yeah, if you want me to, by all means.
Have you had the Provel cheese though by itself? Like just Provel?
Oh no, I'm not a big cheese guy. Like I will never eat a string cheese by itself. Or
Oh,
eating
man.
cheese alone sounds horrible.
No, cheese is the best, dude.
No, it's got to be melted or at least warm.
Well, this cheese, you're not sure if it's melted ever. It's just like it's in this constant
it's an
state.
interesting-
It's in between solid gas and liquid.
Yeah, it's an interesting consistency.
That's not turning me on to it.
Something
It
you get,
will if
something
you-
you get used to.
yeah,
And
if
it's
you get
sold in
used to it.
ropes.
I don't
Right?
know.
That's how they sell it, in ropes.
A rope of cheese.
It's in its own state for sure.
Yeah, and it is St. Louis specific. Like that is a specifically St. Louis style thing. Provel cheese.
And it goes on pizza.
Yes. Or, they
Goes
put
on
it in
everything,
salads and... People here in St. Louis like to cover their salads and cheese.
I get that. Buddy's does that too. Tons of cheese. I don't like it. Not a big cheese guy.
Provel it's Swiss, it's provolone, and it's cheddar, I think. I think that's the combo.
2 out of 3 of those are okay with me.
Provel cheese is a white processed cheese product particularly popular in St. Louis. It's a combination of cheddar, Swiss, and provolone
Yeah.
cheeses.
Yeah, all 3 great cheeses.
Very low melting point, therefore has a gooey and almost buttery texture.
It doesn't
It's-
have
it's
the
butter.
pull. It doesn't have the pull like when you have like a hot pizza. It doesn't have like the mozzarella pull.
It's more melt,
It
less
snaps?
rubber.
No, it doesn't do that. What it does is it sticks to the roof of your mouth and gives you 7th degree burns.
You're just grabbing it at the wrong
Because how
time.
much you call a gavone, a pig, and like, oh, the pizza's 500 degrees. That's fine. I could do a slice.
Right? Get a pizza, eat a pizza.
Right out of the oven? Let cool for 2 minutes. It's fine.
It
It's
is-
ready now.
It is buttery.
ready now.
It is buttery. That was a good description.
Yeah.
there.
And it does stick to the roof of your mouth. And then when you're done eating your pizza, you have all that skin hanging from the top of your mouth. And you go, this would be pain for 3 days, but it's worth it.
Maybe I'll have to try it if it's worth the pain.
Yeah.
We do have sandwiches though, man. We're like, there's so many places to get great
Great
sandwiches.
sandwiches
Like,
around
I love
here.
a good sandwich.
If
As
you
long as
like a
the
good
bread's good and not like a sliced
And
bagel
that
bread.
is the point. It's all about
Yeah.
the bread.
Yeah.
We'll get into sandwiches in a second. I want to. What else are your preconceived notions of sandwich? I had Court just procure a list of questions
Oh, sweet.
that he has about St. Louis, and maybe we will do our best to answer these questions. This is from somebody from Detroit, which when I moved here in 03, the rivalry between St. Louis and Detroit, it ran deep.
Yeah.
And I think it was strictly a hockey thing.
I think so. I mean, now it's back in the news with the whole Pronger and his heart thing. That was against Detroit. And then they switched conferences.
And then that kind of rivalry
Killed it.
That rivalry
In the
went away.
90s, we hated the Red Wings. They were a very, very close second to Blackhawks from what I remember, as far as the hatred goes. Hated you guys. You had our number too, man. Like,
Yeah.
that Gretzky year, that was supposed to be our year. I think Yzerman scored. You weren't fun. You were fun to make fun of. Like, I remember taunting Osgood for a long time there, and like a couple of the goalies. It was fun to go to Blues games and like hate the Red Wings, hate them.
It's like the most iconic team in the league. You can't hate them.
Oh, in the league in 1996. Where you guys been since?
Well,
I think we still hold the record.
Let's not talk about how good hockey teams are right now. After last night's
Yeah, you're right.
game against the Coyotes.
We're not talking about that.
Let's not talk about that.
Speaking of food, look, what is exactly St. Louis barbecue? Because I know, like with the ribs, they cut them so they're
St.
even.
Louis style. St.
Yeah.
Louis style. Just the way you cut them.
That's all just about the cut.
It's all about the cut.
I like it. But what's it do to me? What's the whole purpose here? Like what? Why are you cutting it? Why is the chef doing more work than he needs to?
It's yum in your tum tum. I don't know.
We have master chefs, not just with like the cooking and smoking and all that, but with the sauces, and it's just a heck of a combination where you go anywhere else in the country. I mean, obviously Kansas City and Memphis, they're kind of known for their barbecue, but slightly different tones. There are some.
He's specifically talking about the cut. So
the
it's
cut
St.
ribs.
Louis style.
I don't have a clue about that.
So it's okay. It's baby back or St. Louis style. Those are the two cuts.
Synonyms.
Of ribs. So
opposites.
St. Louis style ribs are the meatier ribs cut from the belly of the hog after the belly is removed.
Okay.
Whereas baby backs are cut from where the rib meets the spine after the loin is removed from the pig. So it's basically just another part of the pig.
Okay. I like it. If I were to order ribs, I would order St. Louis style, but I never knew why.
Well, now you
It's
know.
just a different. It's where they cut the ribs.
I never knew that either. I didn't
No,
know.
St. Louis has great barbecue, and that's
There is like a sauce, like a St. Louis sauce versus Kansas City. There's a
St. Louis
tangy.
style. It is tangier. It's like Kansas City is thicker
Okay.
and darker. Couldn't tell you the ingredient differences, but I like
Something
them
there.
all.
Now, I think if you talk to an expert barbecuer or smoker or somebody who's really into that stuff, I think they would prefer the St. Louis style ribs.
Okay.
Because they're a meatier.
Medium. I like that.
They're meatier. Okay, there you go. That's question one. Bing, done. Next.
Clearly, none of you have been murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever been felt like, oh no, I'm about to be murdered?
While in St. Louis?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's overblown.
No. I mean, listen.
We have an incredible city.
Every city's got their areas that are not great. Your parts of town that are better than others as far as crime goes. We've got a pretty decent downtown scene, especially with the stadiums.
Right.
Busch Stadium and Enterprise Center where the Blues play. Now we got our MLS team.
Yeah,
That street, Clark Street, it starts with Busch Stadium and ends with the soccer stadium, and in the middle is Enterprise Center where the Blues play. And now we got a Ferris wheel and an aquarium. It's pretty damn cool down there.
And it's safe. That's a good area.
Yeah, we have a beautiful city. It has its moments and its dangerous pockets and everything. But this is a wonderful place to raise a family, and it's an incredible city, and it gets a bad rap.
And it's like Detroit, where, I mean, the suburbia and stuff like that. There's next to no crime. It's super nice.
Just like any city. Just like any big city.
Yeah.
It's, you got your crime areas and you got your touristy areas and just
And then stuff happens sometimes.
Stuff happens sometimes.
Yeah, somebody's got to be number one. You know?
Stuff happens sometimes.
This confused me. So, like, the Arch, they say, is the gateway to the West.
Yes.
Then why is Missouri considered Midwest? Wouldn't it technically then be West?
It's more of a history question.
Yeah.
You know,
Geography.
yeah. I would say the Mississippi was a big deal to cross back in the old times. So this kind of became one of that French settlement where you're like, oh,
It's the West.
here's the beginning.
We can
Now
cross the river there.
We cross the river and we're west of everywhere else.
Yeah. So it's
But still mid.
yeah, it's because of Mississippi. I mean,
And it's
you know,
also Lewis and Clark. They started their journey out to the west from here in St. Louis. So it was kind of that opening of the West and exploring the West. And
Lewis really got the better of that deal. No St. Clark.
yeah, you're right.
You know?
Yeah.
Poor Clark.
Huh.
Meriwether.
I don't believe St. Louis was named after Lewis and Clark, but okay.
Spelled
No.
the same way.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I don't believe that is historically accurate, but okay. Next
The
question.
King involved.
Is there like an old population here? Because Jeopardy's on at 4:30. That's not normal.
It's not. When's it on in Detroit?
7:30.
What? No kidding. I think it's been on like 3:30 or 4:30 forever. As long as I know.
Well, just
I've
remember
known.
our prime time, because Detroit is what time zone?
Eastern.
Eastern. So your prime time starts at 8.
Right.
Our prime time starts at 7.
Jeopardy starts at
Jeopardy
4:30.
starts at 4:30.
You're still at work. That's not right.
Huh.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
It's very. So I assumed, that coming from Eastern time to Central, that it was going to be 6:30. Like Jeopardy's a big part of my routine, so it really threw me off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, don't have an answer to that. I guess you'll have to talk to the local TV programmer.
I will be writing them.
Write them and ask them why 4:30.
What's going on?
I don't. That I cannot answer. Next.
Does St. Louis still support the Rams or hate the Rams?
Pretty much hate the Rams.
You hate the
Pretty
Rams.
much. I have a few buddies that were like Rams diehards that followed the team because they're like, I like the team. You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with Kroenke or any of that kind of stuff. I'm ignoring that. I'm just going to follow the team. But they are in the minority for sure. Most people were really upset.
Yeah. But then you just pick up the Chiefs?
Well, so we're used to picking up the Chiefs. We had the Cardinals in the 80s. And when the Cardinals went to Arizona, those of us with family in Kansas City were like, well, this is an easy transition. We'll just be Chiefs fans again.
We're kind of lucky, though, because whenever we do lose a team, we have Kansas City, Chicago, Indianapolis, and even Detroit's pretty close. So it's.
I just couldn't
Not too
imagine
bad.
losing a team and then what do I do?
I think,
You also,
I think they were pushing for the Packers to be the St. Louis team.
yeah, because the Packers have a big their broadcast here, so there's a huge Packer fan base.
Like the
It's
Fox
really
affiliate
close.
would broadcast the Packer games.
Now with the Chiefs
Really?
thing, back to that though. If you're an old school Missouri boy or Missouri family, you were used to supporting the Chiefs anyway because they had Marcus Allen and Joe Montana and all these awesome
Derrick
guys to
Jones.
play, but they never won much for the 80s or 90s.
Right.
So it wasn't like there was like a threat. You never rooted against the Chiefs ever.
But let's get to the more recent history of the Rams moving back to Los Angeles. The people were pissed here. There was a lot of burning of jerseys, and Stan Kroenke, is the villain.
Yeah, like you can't
And
burn
all
his
that.
jersey.
Well, there was his face ended up in a lot of urinals.
Yeah, a lot of urinal cakes where,
There's a lot of that stuff.
his face was printed on them.
Which I didn't know he's into that kind of stuff.
So, but there are, for example, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. Huge Rams fan.
He was an LA Rams.
He was an
fan,
LA Rams
originally.
fan and became a St. Louis Rams fan. So he's somebody like you said, diehard Rams fan,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where they are, and those people do exist.
Follows the jersey.
Follows
That's
the
what
team.
I would
no
kind of
matter
think
where
you would
they are.
have to do. You already own them, probably. Those stuff, it's expensive.
But there was a lot of bad feelings when the team picked up and moved because it was they duped. Stan Kroenke duped the city by giving them false hope of, hey, maybe if we build another stadium down by the waterfront,
Yeah, there was
maybe we'll stay. And they had plans and everything like that. But in reality, he wanted to move the team regardless.
Right.
Regardless of what the city had put forth in building a $1 billion stadium down by the waterfront. It was
St. Louis got the bad end of a rough business deal on like multiple levels.
when he bought the team, it was His plan was to move it out.
Right. And when did he buy it?
Well, Georgia Frontier had the team, right?
Yeah,
So
she
she's
brought
the
it
one
here
that
and-
moved it from L.A. to here.
Right. And then she was only here for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Right?
I don't know. I don't know exactly the date of when Kroenke bought it, but I think always the plan was to move it to Los Angeles.
That would just blow my mind, losing a team like that. I'd be lost.
Yeah, and listen, and towards the end of their run, and it was the greatest show on turf back in the
Right.
late 90s, and man, the Dome was slammed. But then as the team started losing games,
Blaming Sam
the
Bradford.
Dome wasn't as full as it once was, and I don't know. A lot of bad feelings.
Yep.
A lot of bad feelings. All right, next question.
Wild times.
Are there any movies or shows based in St. Louis?
Yes. Steve Martin's hit, Parenthood, is based right here in Kirkwood.
Kirkwood, Missouri.
Kirkwood, Missouri.
What's that one about the superstore?
Yeah, the recent.
Oh, yeah. That's here?
yeah, it's
It's
based-
supposed to be here.
The newer show, Superstore.
What the hell
I
is
know
it
what you're
called?
talking about.
America Ferrara and
Yeah.
one of the Kids in the Hall guys. That's supposed to be based.
Got me there, bro.
That's supposed to be a St. Louis
I know
store.
what you're talking about.
What else?
There's National Lampoon's Vacation. They stop in St. Louis for a hot second.
They do
It's a
stop
great
in St.
scene.
Louis.
Okay.
Lose some hubcaps. There's
Up in the Air. Remember the George Clooney movie, Up in the Air?
Yep.
That was
That
shot
was
in St. Louis.
filmed.
and what was
Yeah.
cool about that
Fell
is
asleep in the theater.
they enjoyed shooting here so much. A lot of the other towns that they were supposedly in, they all filmed here. So they filmed most of that here. Bill was filmed here. It takes place in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah, that was with Jessica Alba and somebody else.
Alba. There's that
They-
about
we-
the soccer team.
Yeah, we did a soccer movie here. We
Ozark?
randomly film a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Ozark is
not based here, but based close.
Yeah.
Close, close
And
enough. You can
you know
own it.
the scene where Kurt Russell has to be sent into New York and escape from New York or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole blown out building scene and everything that was actually filmed right here in Washington Avenue. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, not a great representation, I guess, but it was all blown out at the time, so they filmed it there. His pod lands right there in Washington Avenue, and yeah.
By the way, Kroenke purchased 30% of the team in '95 and helped Georgia move it here. And then he exercised first right of refusal to purchase the remaining in 2010.
In 2010. Okay. And then they left in 15, 16?
It was announced that he was trying to get out in like 15, I think, yeah.
Oh, The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Meet me in St. Louis. Duh.
Right.
Oh, yeah, The Exorcist, dude. We got some haunted spots here. We're pretty famous for some
Big Halloween guy. I like that.
weirdness. Yeah, this is a big Halloween place. Well, in fact, I think there's a couple traditions. Is it the trick-or-treat thing? That's not really... Oh, no, it's the jokes.
You got to tell a joke when you trick or treat. The kids are supposed to tell you some kind of joke.
Yeah, we grew up thinking
Really?
you go up to the door and you say trick-or-treat.
And that is a St. Louis specific
and
thing.
you have to tell a joke.
So it's truly a knock-knock joke.
Yes.
Yes. That's a St. Louis thing. We didn't realize it was St. Louis thing. Without the planet was doing this. And then somebody was like, what the hell are you talking about?
So did you have one joke for each house, or do you're trying out material?
Oh, you
Well, it
do a
depends
type
on
five.
how good of a, yeah, how
Do
funny of a
type
kid you
five
are.
at every- All right, next question.
You just said something that reminded me of one I didn't even have written down. And I forgot it off the top there. The Jeopardy. Oh, who's the biggest claim to fame? Is it John Hamm? I know he's from here. Who's like St. Louis's own?
Probably John Hamm is. Would you say John Hamm is
Yeah.
probably the biggest celebrity now?
Yeah, John Goodman.
Yeah, a lot of sports. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
but
a
I
sports
think-
fan.
Well, Jason, yeah.
I think John Hamm is the guy now. Like he is the ambassador.
A lot of Johns.
He's
we
the
got,
Hollywood.
we
he's
got
the
John-
Hollywood ambassador.
We got John Goodman.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but John Goodman lives in New Orleans now. Does he?
He still has
Doesn't matter. We
property
still claim him. Afton grad. Scott Bakula, Kirkwood grad. Nikki Glazer, Kirkwood
Nikki
grad.
Glazer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, her
Nelly.
show. Nelly Mo. I grew up on that.
Yeah.
But I would think John Hamm is the.
He's probably the ambassador.
He's
right
the
now.
ambassador to Hollywood from St. Louis.
Okay.
Because he'll wear St. Louis gear on Kimmel and all
He'll
that kind of
and
stuff.
whenever a St. Louis team is in L.A., you'll see him at the games and he'll be in the booth.
I've
Or
definitely
you have,
seen those.
You have Jenna Fisher from The Office. You have Ellie Kemper from The Office. All St. Louis people.
Yeah, they all come on this show all the time too. And just
Chuck
say
Berry.
hello, you know.
Chuck
Friend of
Berry.
the show.
He hasn't been on a show in a while.
Chuck Berry. Obviously one of the fathers of rock and roll. St. Louis's own.
Andy Cohen.
Ah,
Andy
yes.
Cohen.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Andy Cohen.
He's everywhere.
He's probably top 5 as far as representatives of St. Louis currently.
Because he promotes it in a positive light most of the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you watch his Bravo show, he's got a St. Louis Cardinals thing right behind him.
Yeah.
Always.
He does.
Yep. It's a Cardinals hat or Cardinals helmet or something like that. But he is a true representative of St. Louis.
I got one more.
God.
My Uber driver mentioned this when I was asking him, like, where should I go? He said, you got to try the fried rice. And I was like, I've never heard St. Louis fried rice. I was like Chinese? He's like, yeah,
I
but
have
it's
no idea
different.
about that.
I was like, how is your fried rice any different? He's like, you'll see. And he wouldn't tell me.
We fried in a vat of Provel.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's cut. All the rice is cut bread style.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, yeah, because he's like, yeah, that's the thing.
Maybe the St. Paul sandwich, because that's the St. Louis thing that was made here.
Somebody's saying that there's something called the ultimate fried rice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uber drivers swear by it, and I usually trust them.
So it's got pork, like everything thrown in it. Sliced pork, shrimp, cubed ham, sliced chicken, yellow onions, scallions, sprouts, soy sauce, and a scrambled egg.
Okay, so no vegetable, no like carrots.
Bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts.
Oh, and it has beef too.
Man.
It doesn't sound terrible.
I thought it was weird. I was like, I've never heard that.
Never heard that. Of all the things.
That's what the guy
to
tells
tell
you?
you about.
Yeah, the weirdest.
He's like, you got to go down hood adjacent and try the fried rice.
He said hood adjacent.
He used a different term. I prefer hood adjacent.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
So yeah, the closer you get to bad areas, the better the fried rice. I'm like, well,
okay.
Well, this is a food city, though, man. You kind of can't
Every
miss.
corner has a great spot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's Court Freeman from Detroit. Hopefully we answered some of your
I feel a lot more knowledgeable now.
those questions. I do have to ask, like, what is it? So Court, is that short for something?
It's not. He was a surfer. And in like February, the month I was born, he was on like the front of like my parents are both into like windsurfing and stuff. He was on the front of the magazine, and my dad was like, I like that name. It's Court. So yeah, not short for anything. It's on my license.
Huh?
It's unique.
I thought about like Courtney, like
No,
for
people ask that. Yeah, Courtney, Cortez, Corthanian.
Do you know the meaning?
Bartholomew.
Of court.
Yeah.
No, just that he was a surfer.
Oh, you don't know the name meaning when you look up like baby.
Maybe there
names.
is no. Maybe there is none.
Oh,
I
no,
always
no.
assumed
Says
there
here
wouldn't
it's
one.
St.
It
Louis style
means-
fried rice.
It means two things. It's an English origin name, and it means bold or short.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
He
You're
laughed and went,
short.
"Oh my God, yeah."
Yeah. Wait a minute.
You're a short fella. As somebody who's short, I could say that.
Does it also say chubby?
Not just bold.
No, but
just
when you were
bold.
when you were in
short.
school, did it evoke anything from?
My parents always called me Court the worry wart because I'm paranoid and worried about everything. But no, I never got teased for that. It was more teasing me for my unibrow than my name. I got teased for a lot.
Oh, in German it means brave.
No, not me.
No.
I saw this.
Wrong.
I saw this thing on Reddit where it was a teacher. She took to social media to share the names she has horrible associations with.
Oh yeah, oh, dude, that happens.
So when she like beginning of school, when she sees these particular names on the class register, she goes, "Uh-oh."
A preconceived notion
A
already.
preconceived notion of just somebody's name.
And is it like normal or is it like tougher names? Like I could see Axel being a certain kind of kid.
She said, I've been teaching for a long time. Apologies in advance if I listed the names of anyone's own personal children. And she writes, my children's names are listed in here as well.
Okay.
So when she sees these names, she's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, we all have that. I'm sure when your wife was like, "Hey, what about this name?" and you go, "No, I knew of so and so in grade school, and that kid sucked." You know what I mean?
All right, here we go. So her list reads, and these are the girls' names first, and then we'll get into the boys. Kayla, Layla, Michaela, Kenzie, Mackenzie, Faith, Haven, Heaven, Nevea, Hope, Trinity, Tiffany, Brittany, Ashley, Angel, Stephanie, Bethany, Melinda, Miranda, and Kayana.
A lot of Oz. She has something
Whenever she
against
sees
Oz.
those names, she goes, uh-oh. As for the boys, Travis, Chase, Dash, Jeremiah, Joaquin, Michael, Julian, Carmine, Logan, Legend, Ashton, Alfonso, Angel, Brandon, Bradley, Dakota, Caden, Cody, Israel, Christian, and Landon.
If your kid's name is Legend, He's probably a jerk.
I was like, how's Legend and Travis? Those kids aren't even friends. Like, how are they lumped into the same group? Or is she thinking these are just names that raise a red flag, but they're different red flags for each name?
She just says that she shudders when she sees those names on the class register.
Wow, with Travis. I thought that was kind of like
she has her own.
She must have dated a Travis.
Yeah, it's like a 70s name.
All the Travises I've ever met were super nice.
Yeah, nice fellers.
Somebody under the thread wrote, mark my words, Mackenzie will be the new Karen in 20 years.
I don't know.
I've had no problem with it.
No, you know it's going to... Man, I don't want to say that.
Well, my buddy's last name is that,
too
so
many
I
of them
can't
out there.
see it.
No, it's going to be the next Karen is like Amanda or Ashley. Because there was, 1,000 of them.
It's a popular name.
In every school, like those are 80s. Those are the 80s names.
I would say my bigger red flag would be if they like spell it differently. Like if it's Ashley with 2 E's.
That's a red flag for you?
Yeah. Tiffany with an I.
And listen, I'm sure some of these kids, like if a Travis walks into this classroom, I'm sure he's a very nice boy.
Same for Legend.
Yeah, they're talking about the other Travis.
But, you can't, you're human, and you see these names, you go, man, I've had some bad Travises. Or I've had some bad Codys.
I've had
a couple of rotten Codys in this class before.
I do have a rule. And I've only met one that is the exception to the rule so far.
What?
Ashley. Ashley, like...
That name?
Tends to deliver on my expectations, with the exception of one.
So one good Ashley out there.
One good Ashley
and maybe
out there.
I'm just saying that so the Ashleys out there that know me are like, oh, I must be the one.
Touche.
All right, before we move on to the next thing, just to get to know Court here a little bit, because you'll be sitting in on the show all day, just some would you rather questions, and then we'll go around the horn here, and we'll get everybody's opinion on this. Court, would you rather be a kid your whole life or an adult your whole life?
Probably an adult my whole life. That way I can get intimate.
That way I could drive and drink. No, but not at the same time, though. Not at the same time.
No.
Not at the same time.
Of course not.
Would you rather be a kid or an adult your whole life?
Oh, man, parts of me wanted to say kid because being a kid was so cool. So cool, dude. It was so cool. And when you're a kid, you're not worried about all the things that you can't do necessarily. Of course, you're like, oh, I can't wait to drive. But, like, dude, like sledding and like...
Wouldn't 16 be a kid? Or what? Or are we talking like 8?
I don't know. Whatever your definition of a kid is.
Dude, like 10 years old, 11 years old.
Not a care in the world.
Was life cool or what?
Forever, though?
What are you gonna know forever? You can't even conceptualize forever at 11. So like it's kind of like forever is really forever.
Yeah.
Never experiencing puberty.
Might be easier.
Maybe
easier, but you've cut yourself off from a lot of pleasurable things as an adult.
Yeah. Wait.
So you're driving, doing stuff on your own.
Same, but I'm just like the older you get and the more comfortable you get, actually being honest with yourself. Man, remember when you were a kid? Things were pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, but I like being an adult because I don't really want anybody telling me what to do. As a kid, you still have have the parental figure.
I thought I was autonomous. I thought I had an apartment. I thought I was 10 with an apartment.
No. Listen, as much as my childhood was decent, I had a good childhood, a lot of fun, do a lot of fun things. As an adult,
I can look back on it fondly and move on from my childhood.
As an adult, I feel like, my childhood helped mold the person I am today as an adult, and I can do what I want.
And adults can still have fun.
Yeah, but, man, that's one thing that, as a kid, too, the other part that's amazing is how you could, if you're doing BMX or if you do skateboarding, that stuff, you eat it so hard, you fall down, you crash, and you bounce right back up. You're like, oh, I got scrapes, and you're fine. And then,
sure.
As
when
an adult,
fall,
you do that, you're like, my arm's dislocated, I broke this thing. And
listen, as an adult,
free.
When you fall, it takes a week to recover. Not as a kid.
Think about what the focal point is for like adults right now is like living in the moment. We have 1,000 different ways and courses and people trying to tell us motivate us to like live in the moment. That's what you did when you were a kid. The only thing, there was no yesterday. There was no tomorrow.
All right, next one. Would you rather go fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Court.
Fishing. I'd be the guy who would go on a hunting trip and stay in the blind just to look at deer.
And
Like they're
not shoot
cute.
it.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot it.
Yeah.
I'd feel way too bad. A fish, I wouldn't feel as bad about.
I've been fishing. I've never been properly hunting. Like I've never properly hunted.
Yeah.
What's improperly hunting?
Well, properly, sit in a deer stand and get up and the butt crack of dawn and sit in the deer stand and wait for a deer to come out into the into the area and shoot it, and then eat it.
I definitely would pick hunting over fishing because I want a nice stuffed elephant in my house.
There you go.
Just a good sized one. Maybe a lion, something cool like that too. I'll take a couple of those.
You and Jimmy John.
Yeah.
I'd rather go. Personally, I'd rather go fishing. It's less of a commitment.
Right? Yeah, you could go fishing after work. Hunting requires like a weekend.
Hunting, that's a whole thing. So given a choice, but again, I've never been properly hunting, so it's incomplete as far as my answer. Because maybe I would like hunting. I don't know. I don't know.
Hiking out in the woods and getting out before everybody else. It seems kind of fun.
Fishing's
same
I guess
thing, I
hunting
guess.
is too. Yeah, they're both kind of like
Same thing.
they
You go out
can't
early and
they can be philosophical. There's a big philosophy around them.
All right, would you rather know how the world began or how it would end?
Oh man, how it'll end? That way, I feel like that would like help me not worry as much, knowing the impending doom and how it's going to end.
I feel like that would make me worry more.
It's very possible.
I feel like knowing how it's going to end would make me worry a lot more.
I think there are far more dangers to knowing the future and far more utilities to knowing the past.
That's a good answer.
Well,
that's
hey,
what I was
thanks.
going to say. The same thing.
I would definitely. I feel like it would like answer way more questions, like spiritually and like just everything, as far as what I'm doing here. If I knew how the world began, knew how the world began. Air quotes.
Yeah, but if it's like cool, like what's that new show on HBO, like The Last of Us? Like if I knew like a zombie apocalypse was coming,
Yeah.
eventually, that might be kind of cool to know.
Yeah,
So you can
it'd be cool to
prepare?
know. Or you'd have on your, here we go. It's coming. I know it's coming. I can't enjoy myself because I know this is around the corner at some point.
You ever see that movie Don't Look Up?
Yeah.
It's a ripper, right?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was really good.
They went to Michigan State. I went to Michigan State. Or the girl, Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But when you were watching that, didn't you sort of like live as much as you can in a film, in the dread?
Yeah, but I kind of always live in the dread.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of dread, would you rather starve to death or eat humans for the rest of your life?
Eat humans, easy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I want to live.
I want to live.
You're already dead.
And you got to finish their fingers last so you
Well,
have those nails to pick out the meat.
Oh.
Hopefully they're already dead.
Oh, you never.
Well, I don't know. It just says eat human for the rest of your life.
It's on preference. You'll learn what you like.
Yeah, I'd like to live.
So, yeah, okay. We're on the same page there.
I've seen Alive. I need to revisit that. Anybody seen that movie recently? Does it still hold up?
It is a true story, so. All right, would you rather live on the beach or in a cabin in the woods?
Oh man, where
Yeah,
where
which
are the
beach?
woods? Yeah, where's the beach? Where's the woods? Because there's a lot of beaches you don't want to get near.
Yeah.
All right, think of like a nice beach, beachfront property on the Caribbean somewhere.
Am I still eating humans?
Now you get to go to a grocery store.
And fish.
I'll take the beach.
I'll take the beach.
Where? Oh man, I can't. I see. My wife would take the beach in an instant. I think I'm taking a cabin in the.
You're taking a cabin in the woods, huh?
in the
In the
mountains.
woods.
There's woods up
That's
there.
tough, man. I think
I'm going beach.
Yeah, I think I'm going beach. If it's Caribbean or something like that, I'll do
I'm
that.
going beach.
It's a good place to hide money.
On the beach?
Oh yeah, down in those areas. Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about offshore bank accounts.
He's talking about sunken treasure. Yeah.
I get it. All right, before we crown the official Team Rizz member of the day, let's crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. So we had 3 brand new ads. Liv was here yesterday, and Court's going to read the ads for us now in the order in which they finished. So, Court, we find ads. We find our favorite 3 for the week. We read them on the air, and the Rizz Show listeners vote for their favorite ad. And one of these ads, based on their votes on Twitter, move on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs, and eventually whittle it down to the one Craigslist Freak of the Year.
And that person's got to be a freak. Capital F.
Oh, yeah. Because, you read the ads.
Yeah, I was looking
this
at
week.
these are some freaks.
These are some freaks, but only one Only one of these freaks will move on to the next round.
The freakiest.
The freakiest.
Wow.
So, Mood, if you would shut down the votes, let's
Shut
begin.
down.
And we start with third place. With 12.1% of your vote, it was nominee number 1, Paris Hilton.
The Cat House. Female for anyone, 46 years old, New Brunswick. I'm bored, and I'm a cat. It's the winter time, and I can't go outside to soak up the sun on my full naked body. I need a way to pass the time. I need to scratch things, climb, and for another cat to cuddle up with on these long days. I have converted my basement into a full cat playhouse. I've had many cats come to my place, and they never want to leave. I've even kept a couple. My favorite place in the basement is the litter box. I love watching my cats use it. I can't wait for you to come over and to use it too. We can roll around together in the litter box and then lick each other clean. This is the perfect home for any feral cat. I hope you love mice. I have a cage full of them, and I love to catch the little yum-yum and devour like a starving alley cat. I don't judge, male or female, must be comfortable nude. I have an extra set of ears and a fairly new tail that you can borrow.
That's Paris Hilton with 12.1% of your vote. Out of the competition.
Right out.
See you later. Oh, by the way, and people are, St. Louis has the best fried rice.
It's a thing?
Yeah.
My
Uber
Uber
driver is
trip.
correct. Delwood near Chambers in West Florissant has a China King across from the Valjean. Best Chinese food.
All right.
Okay, I didn't know
I
that
didn't-
was
I didn't know either.
that was a thing.
Something
You
to
guys have
try.
lived here your whole life.
I'm just learning.
All right, you're runner-up with 29.9% of your vote. So this was my vote to win. This was Liv's vote to win and King Scott's vote to win. Produce Bigelow.
Grocery store missed connection. Man for woman, 45 years old, Nova Scotia. You were at the Atlantic Superstore on Barrington Street last Wednesday at 5:45. I saw you buy the bananas. You were holding one and made direct eye contact with me. You were in the yoga pants and red coat. I had the black puffy jacket with the Maple Leafs hat on. I saw you lick your lips and bat your eyes. Don't deny it. We made a spiritual connection. I followed you around for a little while. I saw you looking over your shoulder a couple times. When we got to the checkout, I was at the register next to you. I followed close behind you in the parking lot, but I didn't have the guts to approach. I wanted to so bad. I wound up moving my car to the back of the lot and J-O-ing. I know that turns you on. I got your plate and I plan on looking you up. But not if you reach out first. That'd be wonderful. The first 3 letters of your plate are FRP. See you at the spot.
Yeah, that did not win, Court.
He's in the back J-O-ing.
Yeah,
There's a freakier person than that?
Yeah, yes. According to the people of St. Louis, yes, there is somebody freakier. And that person had 58% of the vote, and we called this person DeMonica Lewinsky.
I can save you. Woman for anyone. 36 years old, Vancouver. Canadians are some freaks, huh?
Yep.
Eh? If you are cruising this space for straight, gay, or freak show hookups, you've been possessed by Satan. You've got the urge to do evil/unholy things to yourself and others. It's not too late to turn your life around. These unnatural acts you are looking for are devil acts. Repent! I'm offering free exorcisms at my home. I am not affiliated with any church, but I know what I'm doing. I've got 2 years experience and have performed a total of 5 exorcisms and have been successful each and every time. You will writhe in pain. You will cry. You will be marked. You will be naked and branded. You will have your genitals sliced and burned. But in the end, your soul will be saved. The end result is worth the journey. It may look like I'm smiling, but I assure you, I will be getting no pleasure from this. This is a service I'm providing mankind. We've gone down a dark path, and I'm doing my duty to course correct us. In lieu of a fee, I will be taking canned good donations. The Lord is my shepherd.
There you go. DeMonica Lewinsky, that is your official Craigslist Freak of the Week with 58% of your vote.
I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice.
Well, freaks are everywhere. Did the right ad win court?
I'm narrowing it down to the last two. It depends on your definition of freak. I would say we missed out. I would think being the stalker, J-O-ing in the parking lot.
That's what
fits my definition of freak.
I thought. Moon was all about Demonica.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Dude, I mean, come on. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is her or his assistant surgeon. Scalpel? I mean, like, well,
yeah,
did you read some of the details?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Slicing the genitals.
How did you get that?
Well, and here in St. Louis, we like to bread slice the genitals. I don't know how they do it up there. And where is it? New Brunswick? Today's Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Fenton, Missouri, Linda Kaber is our
Linda.
Team Rizz Remember the Day. Linda listens to all 4 hours of the Rizz Show every single day. She loves when we do Matchup at Moon, Butthurt Game, Around the Horn. Loves attending as many Rizz Show events as possible, including Rizz Show Night at the Blues game on Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed yourself, Linda. Linda from Fenton is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Get the super sweet Team Rizz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we will take a quick break. We'll come back with your crap on celebrities. It is 7:04. Friday, first look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceways NASCAR Cup Race June 3rd and June 4th. Get your tickets now, www.raceway.com. Right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle, 55 southbound just before Butler Hill Road. And then we have the exit ramp 270 southbound at 64 westbound is blocked due to a stalled vehicle, so look out. Your point forecast today, breezy and warmer with a high of 52. Tomorrow, chance of late rain with a high of 54. And then Sunday, chance of winter mix with a high of 34. Right now, it's 29 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Moon, what do you got?
Oscar Mayer may have missed out on the placement of the decade. Britney Spears is pretty bummed at her fans, and I've got a great list of the most streamed shows and movies so far in history.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next to your crap on celebrity. Stay there.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
so
even
you are
remember
a
that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my.
Are we gonna roll the clip?
Dude, I gotta see this. I totally forgot that.
Apparently, it happened.
I know. I do look good with my pants off, though. But yeah,
that would push ticket sales for tonight.
Totally.
We're so excited that you guys are here. You got Ego Trip.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out. It's incredible.
So you have a great, huge retirement plan lined up. You know, you're saved up some money, and you're also using your house. You're going to sell that home in a couple years to get that retirement just perfect, and you're going to take all that money and you're going to go and invest it in some wonderful things. Well, we also know there's inflation right now, so that's making your house worth less. And what if a recession comes up? Well, then all that hard-earned equity is just completely wiped out, and you can actually recession-proof your equity right now at truehold.com. All you got to do is go visit their website, and they're going to buy your home for its best current value, not what's coming. And what's amazing about Truehold is you get to keep living in a house for as long as you want, so it won't mess up those retirement plans. And they cover all your property taxes, your insurance, your repairs, and even your maintenance. And again, they're going to buy your home for its best current value. And when Truehold does that, you can take that cash and use it for whatever you want, and you will get it quick. And so you can go and buy that lake home, or you can go and pay off some debt and help set yourself up for even a better retirement. So visit Truehold.com. Discover how much Truehold will buy your home today based on its best current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without having to move. That's Truehold.com.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also, too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and I loved that one, too. I didn't know anything about that man until, I saw that you had worked with him. So I just kind of wanted to start things off by saying, man, I really appreciated both of those projects that you were obviously very deeply involved in.
Oh, man, thank you so much. That's great to hear. I mean, Robert Finley's the real deal. He's a Louisiana soul and blues singer, and he's touring. He's going to be touring all year. It's really exciting for him.
I will absolutely see that man. I mean, it was like, because I'm listening to that record, I'm thinking to myself, why did I not know of this man before? Why do I have to live under a rock? You know what I mean? Like, it was that kind of, why haven't I been able to be a fan of this guy sooner?
Oh, man, he is just like next level. He just like shines on the stage. It's crazy.
Cannot wait. Well, let's get back to Black Keys stuff. And we just got the brand new song from you guys, Wild Child, all right? And I love it. Now, listen, I've always thought that there was a really awesome groove in all of the Black Keys songs for the most part. But this one, I would even consider it funky, as a matter of fact. Would you yourself, the creator of that song, call it funky, sir?
I would definitely call it funky.
Yeah.
Or maybe funky with an O, funky.
Oh, that's even another level. But I do, man, like there is just a little bit of that sort of infusion in there that really, I think, differentiates it. What was this like the first song that was recorded? Was this one of the last ones that was written? How did this come about, when it comes to the rest of the album?
I think the record is pretty varied. There's songs on there that are like the first take, just like super raw. Improvisation, like we just left all the mistakes in there. But Wild Child, we probably took the longest to construct. We had a different chorus, and we ended up going back and changing it. But but at the foundation of the song is just definitely just Pat and I in a room together, improvising, coming up with songs, just like kind of making it up off the top of our heads. But it's funny that you say that. I think this is the first Black Keys song that has wah wah pedal on it.
Oh, wow. See, and I don't have the trained musical ear to pick that out, but that would make sense.
Absolutely. That's so funny that you said that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Because I'm listening to it and I'm thinking to myself, like the first time I heard it, I was like, I'm moving my butt cheeks in a way that, man, it's pretty great. I'm dancing in my chair. I like that I made you laugh, Dan. I really do. So, one of the things that I read too about you and Patrick being back into the studio, the album also too, and I can't forget, is going to be called Dropout Boogie. It'll be out on May the 13th. But I was really interested to see, I'm always fascinated with how bands write their stuff. And what I had read was that, and it kind of, you just said it, is that you and Patrick, you go into the studio, you just kind of, for lack of a better term, you kind of riff off each other and you come up with these songs. You don't go into the studio with anything kind of already etched out. Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah. I just think it's a
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show, ninjabling.com. Rizz been telling me for years, and when it was time for me and my wife to pick out a ring, we had some ideas, but I'm not a pro. But, man, I trust John Royce and Dan and everybody up at Moritz Royce. We went up there, and I said, this is our budget. Here's our ideas. And he really steered us in the perfect direction as far as what style would work, why this is a great idea, how it would work on her particular hand, even down to, like, the details. Yep. And, man, what an experience. That's what you're getting at Moritz Royce.
Well, there are some really bad apples when it comes to jewelry salesmen. They take advantage. They prey on the ignorance of people. Listen, if I go to a jewelry store, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so I got to go to somebody trustworthy. And Moritz Royce Jewelry, they've been around for 40 years. So don't sweat it. Go to Moritz Royce Jewelry if you're looking for that engagement ring. Give them your budget. They'll work within your budget, give you the best quality piece you could possibly get from anywhere else. Custom build something. Maybe take an old family heirloom and modernize it. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, anything and everything. And every single time it's a 5-star experience. They're building relationships. You're going to have a relationship with your jeweler.
Go to ninjabling.com, get the phone number, get the address, make an appointment. It's Moritz Royce Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
So last time you saw the garage, the place was full of stuff. It was dirty. It was dingy.
Hi, this is Colton Franco, and you're listening to The Rizz Show on 105.7 The Point. Happy birthday, Rizz.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com, or send your feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. It's Friday. Friday fail stories on the way. We'll give away some prizes. We got tickets to go see our buddy Dan Cummins tomorrow over the pageant. Tickets for our Party Gras DB's tent down at Soulard, Saturday, February 18th. Big Mardi Gras here in St. Louis.
I've heard about that. I've had friends who came from Detroit to party on Mardi Gras here.
Probably as far as Mardi Gras celebrations, it's New Orleans and then St. Louis.
That's what I've heard.
Huge.
Why?
Because we party, dude.
Love it. Don't need a reason to party.
We party. We party gras.
Oh yeah, dude, it's huge. So we got a big tent down in Soulard, which is where they do the Mardi Gras celebrations. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and we got Moon's band's playing twice.
Yep. Two different sets. All 90s alternative and 90s y'alternative.
A little country flair?
No, not a little. It's all the country
All
flair.
country. And then Mod Sun will be there.
Yep.
And they got a DJ and heated tent and private bathrooms. It's a good time.
It is awesome.
It's a big
We got
deal.
tickets for that. We also got tickets to go see Blue Man Group, Fabulous Fox Theater, February 9th through the 12th. Court Freeman is here. Court's in from Detroit.
Thank you.
Sitting in on the show today. Did you have something to say, Moon?
No, I'm hand signaling to Scott. We're going back and forth. He just gave me some breaking news.
Oh, we got breaking news?
It's breaking news. It's bad for somebody. It's in crap.
Oh man!
I'll weave it into.
News.
I'll weave it into crap on celebrities.
It's not worst case scenario.
Okay.
news.
No.
All right.
No.
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about.
I'm hooked. Worst case scenario is going to hell, right?
Yes.
That's worst case scenario, going to hell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a
100%.
good.
So if you went to hell right now, what music would we be playing? Like what kind of music would you expect to hear in hell?
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty personal. So.
Your personal hell.
I would say, well, I don't talk ill of bands.
For me, it'd be the bagpipes. I mean, it'd be bagpipes.
Come on, Amazing
bagpipes.
Grace on bagpipes.
It would be the
They can't go to
bagpipes.
I
like that.
I'm one of those every music is so very special that it all has its part. Even bad.
I'm asking you a question.
I know. I'm getting there.
What?
Even objectively bad music has its part because if it can inspire or change anybody for the positive, it has its place. But with my personal history, I guess the only thing I can say would be on my way. I'd be listening. They'd be piping Godsmack through the.
Okay.
Dang, that's
on your way down. Oh no, it's
come on, man.
It's eternal hellfire. In
Oh
Godsmack
God,
for you.
away.
See, for me, it's eternal hellfire on the bagpipes.
I'd have to say it's a class of students learning to play the recorder.
Yes. Excellent answer. Excellent answer. Scott?
Let's see here. What was that? That Nazi band? Oh, Pantera. That's
come
that's
on,
not
don't
fair.
he did that in
apologized.
Germany or something,
Don't
right?
say that.
I thought they were all about that.
He
They said
was-
it in Germany.
He was hammered. He said.
I don't know. I thought that's what they stood for.
See, Pantera.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. Some kind of.
You don't like Pantera?
That's not my favorite, but I would
Well,
say.
you just called him a Nazi band.
Wow, zowie.
Oh no, I was just quoting that guy from their
Scott
band.
coming in hot.
Jeez.
I don't know what they stand for. No,
So I guess we're not going to night one of Metallica together. Okay.
No, I think just some cheesy, like a local metal cover band kind of thing, like a bad local cover metal.
A bad local metal cover band.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Okay.
I
Well,
can see them playing in hell.
Yeah,
maybe something from Donnie and Marie, or maybe Friday by Rebecca Black for some people. Well, good news, heathens. Satan likes the good stuff, apparently. This TikTok pastor, his name is Gerald Johnson, says he has been to hell. So TikTok pastor Gerald Johnson has been to hell, and he's heard what's on the devil's Spotify playlist.
Oh, this will be interesting.
And it's pretty much all stuff that was inspired by drugs. When artists use drugs, such as the devil's lettuce, to craft their lyrics, they're actually getting, quote, illegal access into the spirit realm. And once that portal is open,
Well, first of all, it's legal access to the spirit realm.
Once that portal is open, the demons are able to reach through and give these artists lyrics that help them control the people of Earth.
There's a lot of states that have made that spiritual access completely legal.
So when you listen, I'm just telling you what the TikTok pastor says.
I know.
Take his word.
I don't know if he's affiliated with any church.
He hasn't got the memo.
After he was already a pastor?
He said he's been to hell. I don't know when he went.
Okay.
But he says when you get to the bad place and you're hearing those songs, but not by the original artists, they are being sung by demons. So all covers. And it's supposedly not enjoyable.
So the bands that are smoking weed while they're writing lyrics are just doing covers of demon songs?
Yeah, the demons gave them the lyrics. So when you get to hell, it'll be the demons singing the songs.
Demons are pretty good writers.
I was going to say, I wonder if they're catching royalties. You know what I mean?
The pastor says, quote, on earth, music is to get over a breakup. Don't worry, be happy. I bust the windows out of your car or under my umbrella, whatever. In hell, every lyric to every song is to torment you as to the fact that you didn't worship God through the music when you were on the earth.
You didn't follow him on TikTok.
You had a chance to worship him in church and at home through music, but you chose to worship Satan by repeating the lyrics that he inspired to come into earth. There you go.
Yeah, maybe they are getting little royalties, like little fractions of your soul.
No.
I don't know. He referenced Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy.
As an evil song?
Jasmine Sullivan's Bust Your Windows and Rihanna's Umbrella. Doesn't sound like an awful playlist to me.
Here's a little song demon wrote.
You haven't heard the demons perform it.
Was Bop on that?
Now add every song that was ever written under the influence of drugs, and hell, sounds like it rocks, to be honest with you. All right, today is January 27th, back in the day, 65 years ago, 1958. I don't know if you heard this story. Little Richard, he quit his music career to enroll at Oakwood Bible College in Huntsville, Alabama. As soon as he enrolled, he said, the Lord is on the side of ballad singers. Rock and roll is strictly Satan's music. And he made the decision after his plane caught fire while he was on tour, and he promised God he'd study the Bible if it did not go down in flames.
Man, what's interesting is, like, doesn't every generation or period go through this and think that the newest form of music is the devil's music? It's like, was classical music devil music? I'm sure it was to somebody prior to, you know what I mean? Somebody from an original. Look at this piano. This is Satan's instrument.
Yeah.
So what is a distorted guitar? How does that differ from a trombone?
Straight from Satan.
That's what I mean. When did Satan decide to get into the music industry? And
he's always
why is it only the electric stuff?
Runs that industry.
Yep. 39 years ago, 1984, Michael Jackson suffers second and third degree burns when his hair catches fire while filming a Pepsi commercial.
Speaking of hell.
30 years ago, 1993, the great Andre the Giant dies of a heart attack at the age of 46.
He's only 46?
Yep.
Oh, I thought he was older.
20 years ago, in 2003, Mattel loses its copyright infringement lawsuit against the band Aqua for their completely obnoxious song, Barbie Girl. Now, by refusing to hear the case, the Supreme Court upheld a ruling that the song is a parody and a social commentary, and thus is protected by the First Amendment. 13 years ago, in 2010, Catcher in the Rye author J.D. Salinger dies 3 weeks after his 91st birthday, and that same day, in 2010, Steve Jobs unveils the iPad at a press conference in San Francisco. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
Crap On brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. I'll get to that breaking news in just a minute.
Oh, boy.
First,
I'm at the edge of my seat.
Man,
I know.
Building that up.
Incubus bass player Ben Kinney will be off the road for a while. He has revealed that he just had surgery to have a brain tumor removed. Sharing a pic of his shaved head and surgery scar on social media, Kinney wrote, "Unfortunately, last year I found out that I have a brain tumor. As soon as I got home from tour, I had a successful operation to have it removed. This year, I am taking some time away from touring and social media to recover. My friend Tal Wilkenfield is taking over the bass with Incubus while I'm away." He added, "I won't physically be at the shows, but I will be there in spirit. I miss you all, and I hope you and your loved ones are safe and in good health." He is such a nice dude.
Wow. Incubus usually rolls through town once a year.
I love him. Always put on a great show.
Yeah, Incubus is great. And Ben is amazing. I wish him well. Glad to hear that all was well, all was successful.
Man, if you want to pick up a great Incubus record, pick up Science, man. They're what is that, their second record?
I'm a Morning View guy.
Morning View's great.
See, and I'm a make yourself guy. I mean, I was all about science and make yourself. Like that was that's a front to back. Every second of the record is perfect.
Science was the game changer.
Yeah,
In
for
music.
sure. And Fungus Among Us.
Oh,
And I love
yeah.
Enjoy as well. Like, I mean, if you're going to go that deep. Chris Brown might need a payment plan for the government. A report says he is behind in federal taxes and payments to the state of California. Documents show Brown has $4 million in tax debt, and several liens have been filed on Brown's property and businesses. Brown's estimated worth is, anybody guess?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. He owes $4 million.
20 mil.
50.
They're saying
I'm
his
going to say
estimated.
-4 if he owes that. No,
Yeah,
sorry.
right.
I think I'm going to say 75 mil.
They're saying his estimated worth is $100 million.
Wow.
He did a couple movies. There's a video circulating the interwebs right now of him showing off his basement, his shoe collection. He has like a department store of his clothes. It's not just shoes. It's a whole clothes, racks upon racks, a full basement styled like a department store of clothes.
Wow, it's his?
So that there's more money probably owed there too.
Wow, but he's got 100 mil, and I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure he's not. He's got somebody to handle his
You don't
money.
think he's doing his taxes
No,
in
I
January?
don't think so. I don't think he's going to TurboTax. And,
So someone from his team's getting yelled at right now.
So now that everything everywhere all at once is cleaning up at the award shows, Oscar Mayer realizes it made a huge mistake. Get this. As you may know, there's a universe in the movie in which the people have hot dog fingers.
have you seen that movie?
I haven't yet.
Dude,
Oh,
it's
it's good.
phenomenal.
It's good.
You got to watch it.
I've been reading everything about
It's
it.
good. It's a good movie. It's worth the hype.
The directors are weird.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's worth it. When the movie was about to open, get this, the producers reached out to Oscar Mayer with a DM that said, quote, "We have an upcoming film that happens to heavily feature hot dogs. If you're open to it, we love to discuss a fun collaborative project we have in mind. Can't think of a better partner for this." Oscar Mayer totally ghosted him. Not the best idea.
It was a DM on a social media platform by some directors who they're probably their social media. I'm sure they get a gazillion DMs.
Okay.
You know, if you want somebody to sponsor something in a movie, you usually have to go through the proper channels.
We
Send
get
an email.
We get a gazillion of that kind of stuff. You think Oscar Mayer's getting a gazillion DMs?
Asking where the truck is or that car is.
And
or
I'm sure
sponsor
it's,
something.
I bet they have, it's one of their social media people that are in charge of that, and they probably rarely check the those kind of messages.
Where they may check and go, oh,
Like
cool,
another
somebody's
ad.
asking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
Next,
Another request.
delete.
Well, how funny is this? After the movie earned 11 Oscar noms, the producers posted the unanswered DM and said, "When one Oscar lets you down, another comes through." And Oscar Mayer responded and put, "The L is on us, sending you buns of love."
That's crazy.
Oh, would have known. Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, they included a picture of a hand making an L with his fingers. It's hot dog fingers. Mindy Kaling's new adult Scooby-Doo spinoff, Velma, officially the worst rated animated show in IMDb history.
Oh my god.
Velma has earned a user rating of 1.3 out of not 5, not 7, not 9, but 10, based on more than 52,000 votes. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can stream it on HBO Max. New episodes come out on Thursdays with the finale landing on February
Now,
9th.
let's be honest. User rankings. So in this one, Velma is a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there was some kind
lot
of
of hate.
Well,
petition.
not just a lesbian. She's like an Indian. She's like Mindy Kaling. So I'm sure the people are responding that, one, she's lesbian, two, she's a woman of color. So I'm sure that's driving
I'm
a lot
sure
of
there
this.
was
Kind
some
of a
kind
new
of.
Are you saying that
Velma
there's
then?
hatred on the internet?
I know. Can you believe that?
That's wild. That's wild. Police did a welfare check on Britney
Although
Spears.
it may also just be terrible too. I'm not going to discount that either. It could be crap.
Police did a welfare check on Britney Spears Tuesday night around 11 p.m., but they determined that she wasn't in any danger. She was fine. The reason they conducted the check was a little weird. Apparently, Britney deleted her Instagram account, which she's done
Well,
like 50
something must
times.
be wrong.
So fans got freaked out and started calling the cops. In recent years, in recent weeks, Britney has been setting up or getting upset at the restaurant. Remember when she was being filmed and she changed her name to River Red and was doing some different things? Well, update, Britney Spears is super annoyed that her fans caused police to do a welfare check on her the other night. Her Instagram is not up, but she tweeted this: "I love and adore my fans, but this time things went too far. My privacy was invaded. The police never entered my home, and when they came to my gate, they quickly realized there was no issue and left immediately. This felt like I was being gaslit and bullied once the incident made it to the news, and being portrayed once again in a poor and unfair light by the media. During this time in my life, I truly hope the public and my fans who care so much about me respect my privacy moving forward.
Deleting your Instagram is like one of the healthiest things you can do.
Yeah, but
you got a wellness check.
But people freaked out. The Eastern European nation of Belarus. This is interesting. They have fully legalized the piracy of music, movies, and other forms of copyrighted entertainment that originates from, quote, unfriendly countries.
That's great.
They didn't list any of those unfriendly countries, but Western nations, including the U.S., are the likely target because they put sanctions on Belarus for supporting the Russian invasion of Ukraine and other human rights abuses. Not many artists are going to go hungry without the streaming revenue from Belarus, but there's a concern that it may become a hub for international piracy. Somebody's saying what might be impactful is whether piracy networks start to operate from Belarus and distribute globally. And operate under the protection of the Belarusian law.
Yeah, like set up websites.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
In Belarus, yeah.
Yeah, that's where and a bummer is that's where my song Rose Gold Gun hit #1, you know.
In Belarus?
Top of the charts, so.
I mean, it's on the...
Shame.
I mean,
You're from an unfriendly country to them.
I guess so.
There goes those...
It's on the statements. I mean, there's people and they like music and movies from everywhere. We talked about this briefly yesterday, the stool for Kevin Hart. We were talking to Dan Cummins about his his writer.
Yeah, Kevin Hart requires a specific stool on stage wherever he goes as far as stand-up goes.
Like that stand-up stool that just holds the water?
Yes. Yes, basically. The Kevin Hart's reality check tour hit the web yesterday. His writer did, and he's very, very, very particular about where he purchases his water, and I guess where he sits maybe on some of it. I've never seen the act, but maybe he sits on it. The document very clearly states that the only acceptable stool is a Winsome brand 29-inch square leg flat top model. They sent a picture. They sent a link for all the venues, and they say, this exact stool is important and substitutions will not be accepted. Please notify immediately if there are any issues. We'll have the whole writer up on the blog. It's pretty fun.
Maybe it's like the Van Halen M&M's thing. Like, if you don't have the stool there, how close are you paying attention to my rider?
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm all about.
Can't you put a stool in like your van or like the buses moving all your equipment?
I was just picturing that stool inside like a huge case, you know, that's got the foam and everything, and it's super nice.
But it's not a band. That's the brilliance.
Yeah,
that's the brilliance of these things. They're flying into these things. There's no production. There's no nothing. It's just straight cash. This is no overhead, straight cash. Comedy's where it's at.
I wonder if he has a little stake in those chairs and is making everybody buy them so he gets a little cut.
He's got an Amazon link store or whatever.
The Windsor Heart.
He's selling a few. All right, let's talk TV. We'll start with this. Jay Leno's Garage is being canceled, ending Jay's 30-year run of having a show on the NBC Universal channel. Now, the breaking news that Scott just sent me is that Jay Leno, 72 years old, just broke his collarbone in a motorcycle accident. Jay Leno has broken his collarbone, 2 ribs, and cracked both kneecaps in a motorcycle accident.
What?
This just 2 months after
he
suffering.
lit his face on fire?
That's right.
Yeah.
After suffering that devastating burn
Jay Leno.
from the steam engine. So,
Jay Leno. Yeah, it kind of hurts.
hopefully he's okay. Do you have any other info on this? You just sent over the injuries.
Yeah, that's all I got so far.
I guess that just hit, but yeah.
Wait for his people to keep sending me more info.
72-year-old's breaking a whole bunch of ribs and collarbones and all that, and both kneecaps. This is not good.
Oh man, really?
And that came on the back of Jay Leno's Garage being canceled. Staying with TV for a second, HBO's Succession returns for its 4th season. That starts March 26th. They put out a preview. We'll have that up on the blog. Family Guy and Bob's Burgers were renewed by Fox, as was The Simpsons, for 2 more seasons, which will allow it to pass the 800-episode mark.
You watch Succession, Court?
I haven't started Succession.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good show.
Everybody says to start it, and instead I just keep replaying The Office.
This is like, it's just super soapy kind of thing, but it is awesome.
Yeah, is it funny?
No. No.
I mean, you laugh at some of the ridiculousness of the characters sometimes.
It's not meant to be funny.
Right.
No. I mean, Billions is probably a better made show, but they're both pretty soapy.
Okay.
They're both great.
I'll try it.
Very good.
Can I say a thing I just discovered on the Jay Leno deal?
Yeah.
He was cruising through, I guess, an alleyway, leaving a parking lot, and there was a wire he didn't see strung across, and that's what he hit.
No.
Oh, my God. Clotheslined?
No.
Dang, that could have been way worse. But he said he's like, I'll be there this weekend. He has some event this weekend, so he's working.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to
This guy's
carry
a
him.
magic Like this special creature, man.
For The Simpsons, that is season 35 and 36. Season 34's finale this year will be at 750th. Pedro Pascal will host SNL with Coldplay as the musical guest on February 4th. This will mark SNL's debut for Pascal, who's currently starring in The Last of Us, HBO's adaptation of the PlayStation video game of the same name. Pascal also plays the title character in The Mandalorian, the Star Wars series on Disney+. February 4th episode will be Coldplay's seventh time serving as a musical guest. Don't miss Michael B. Jordan with musical guest Lil Baby this Saturday on SNL. All right, let's get to this. 2022 Nielsen streaming charts were released yesterday. Surprise! Number one is
like the most streamed shows.
I have shows and movies, but I have
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things was the most streamed TV show with 52 billion minutes.
Okay, so this is 2022.
This is 2022. Sorry, I thought it was all time, but
I'm guessing with the news you just gave us, Jay Leno's Garage is not on there.
It's not. It didn't make it. It didn't make it.
What was that?
I got the top 10 shows and the top 10 movies.
What was that? Big show?
One of them, I didn't even.
Squid Games.
I think that was 2021.
That was before.
Was it?
I want to say that was 2020, actually.
Well, you just said Succession.
Succession is not on there. That's HBO, I believe. This is
it's streaming strictly on Netflix,
this is.
I'm
sorry.
Morning Show.
I'm sorry. This is not strictly Netflix. No. So this is everywhere.
Yeah, because Succession is on HBO Max.
What is it? The
Office.
The Office did not make it.
The Great British Baking Show.
No, we've mentioned one of these shows before. Earlier today, it's got a Missouri connection.
Ozark.
Ozark was number 4. That's 31.3 billion.
Murders in the.
Only Murders.
Only Murders in the Building.
No. You want to go to movies?
Yeah, movies.
Okay, movies. Number 1 is a Disney one, and it should be obvious once I say that.
What
was the biggest Disney movie last year? Come on, we're singing the songs.
Encanto.
We don't talk about Bruno. Encanto was 27.4 billion minutes. The second one is oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 are all Disney films.
Moana.
Number 4 was Moana. That's 8.6 billion.
Wow, that came out years ago.
Frozen was not on. Oh gosh, Frozen was on there. Number 8, 5.1 billion.
People still watching it.
Jeez. Number 9 is also a Disney film.
Coco?
No, but it's
Shaggy
close.
Dog?
Luca was 4.9 billion. Number 3 was Sing 2. That's 11.3 billion. Number 2 was Turning Red.
I don't know that one.
That was actually
She turned into the red panda.
Oh, yes, okay.
It was really good. 11.4 billion. The Adam Project, which I believe was the Ryan Reynolds. That was a good movie. 6.1 billion. Number 6 was Hocus Pocus 2. We enjoyed that. Number 7, we talked about it earlier. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. 5.1 billion. Number 10 was The Gray Man. No idea what that is.
That was the other Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. And who's the hot girl? Ana de Armas.
I don't know what
that is. Played Marilyn.
Yes.
I don't know what that is. Number 2, as far as the TV shows, 38.1 billion minutes for NCIS.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Number 3 was Coco Melon, 37.8 billion. I don't know what that is.
It's a baby show.
Number 6, Grey's Anatomy. Number 7, Criminal Minds. Number 8, Bluey. What's Bluey?
I think it's another kid's show.
Oh, okay. Number 9, Gilmore Girls. My daughter is obsessed now. She's got merch and everything. And number 10, a show that hasn't been on air since like 98.
Seinfeld.
19.3 billion.
All right, celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Patton Oswalt is 54. So you got Patton Oswalt and Mike Patton from Faith No More. He is 55 today.
A General Patton would have been...
Patton was on Celebrity Jeopardy last night.
Patton Oswalt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did he win?
I didn't watch.
Oh.
Because it was on at...
I didn't know what time, yeah. Who knows? It's at 2 in the morning here.
Bridget Fonda is 59. Mrs. Kensington from the first Austin Powers movie. This woman was actually married to Tom Cruise, I believe his first wife. Mimi Rogers is 67. And Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, is 68. On Saturday, Alex Dunphy from Modern Family, Ariel Winter turns 25. Elijah Wood, 42. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, 43. NSYNC's Joey Fatone is 46 on Saturday. Rapper Rick Ross is 47. Now, this singer, tell me who this is. This singer is, I guess, her talent is making people feel sorry for stray kittens and abused beagles.
Lisa Kudrow?
Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Smelly Cat.
Yeah.
Sarah McLachlan turns 55 on Saturday. Alan Alda from MASH is 87. And on Sunday, Adam Lambert, who now tours with Queen, is 41. Sarah Gilbert, who's Darlene from Roseanne, is 48. Heather Graham, Roller Girl.
She was in the other Austin Powers movie.
Felicity Shagwell from Austin Powers, the spy who shagged
She's
me.
in The Hangover, too.
The
right?
Hangover.
Yeah.
She's 53. Greg Louganis is 63. Oprah Winfrey turns 69.
Nice.
And Tom Selleck turns 78 on Sunday. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Christian Courtney. And today's birthday girl has been in 209 fine films, including Beauty and the Senior 4, and a movie called Free Rent, which I guess how we get free rent.
I don't know.
How about this one? Her Meaty Medicine. My Schoolgirl Stepsister. Pink is the New Black. Sharing with Stepmom. Size Does Matter. 10. Watch Me, Bitch. 5. And Who Could Forget a Role? In 2016's We Love Pie.
Hey.
You love pie,
We
too.
love pie.
We all love pie.
We love
Christian
pie.
Courtney is 28 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some of your emails. It is 7:40. Friday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceways NASCAR Cup Race, June 3rd and June 4th. Get your tickets now, www.raceway.com. Right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle, 64 westbound, just after 270. And we have a right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle, 70 westbound, just before 170. Your point forecast today, breezy and warmer with a high of 52. Tomorrow, chance of late rain with a high of 54. Then Sunday, chance of winter mix with a high of 34. Right now, it's 31 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know
We're doing it.
you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
So
even
you are a
remember that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my,
Are we going to roll the clip?
Dude, I got to see this. I totally forgot that.
Apparently it happened.
I know. I do look good with my pants off, though. But, yeah.
That would push ticket sales for tonight.
Totally.
We're so excited that you guys are here. You got Ego Trip.
Yeah. It's out.
It's out. It's incredible.
It is Moon, and I want to tell you all about the install floor layers for the Carpenters Union. This is a massive opportunity for you or anybody that you know. This is an incredible career as an install floor layer with the local Carpenters Union. Hands-on, real-life work. This is lucrative, creative, and meaningful. If you're going to a job today or you're stuck in a job that you just know isn't going anywhere, it's not a career, you're looking for opportunities to provide peace of mind knowing that you'll have the most competitive health coverage and pension for you and your family. This is your opportunity. Apply to become an install floor layer with the Carpenters Union. You can do it so easily. Get that career started today. Just go to carpdc.org. That's carpdc.org. This is a as you learn, you earn sort of program, which is a beautiful thing. This isn't something you got to set aside a couple years for education and debt and all that. No, as you learn, you earn. Once you get started, you start making money right away. Begin that new career as an install floor layer with the Carpenters Union. Again, very, very easy to get started. Just go to the website. Visit carpdc.org. That's carpdc.org.
This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the Holiday Special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus Backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with the Canterbury Slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the Miniature Poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
Tim, how are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, and I'm going to tell you that I did something today, and I shouldn't even bring it up that I'm doing it.
Okay.
I wore a shirt specifically to impress you because I was interviewing you, and,
Right.
and normally I don't do that,
Right.
But I did, but also too, and I can't see it, but I've got this awesome Masked Intruder shirt on. And I
love it.
Yeah, and I just figured that would be one of those bands that you would be, very cool. Like, that we're a band that Rise Against played with somewhere along the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we have a Masked Intruder. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're a Fat Records band.
Yep.
And, I still consider us part of the Fat Records family. Like that's where we got our start. That's who first signed our band. That's how we got our wings. You know what I mean? Was because that label was so much more than just a record label. It was a family. We joined that. We joined that family, and they took us under their wing, and all their bands took us under their wing. Strung Out took us out. Sick of It All took us out. The Mad Caddies took us out. No Effects took us out. That was huge. I mean, I cannot overstate how huge that was.
How is it when you're a new punk rock band winning over those audiences? That cannot be easy, especially like a No Effects crowd where they're coming to see Mike and the guys, and they're probably not going to be particularly nice.
Yes, dude, it was. I'm glad you brought that up because that was how I learned how to be a front man, was getting heckled. Yeah. Like opening up for No Effects in Western Canada in the early 2000s. Those people were there to see No Effects, and there to see Fat Mike. And we don't do what No Effects does, you know what I mean? And so you had to be able to stand there and sing and entertain for 30 minutes, whether people wanted to see you or not. Opening up for Sick of It All in Germany, like in the height of like their European domination. Though, like I got beers thrown at me, I got yelled at, like all that stuff. And that was moments like that. And then you'd shift to like the Mad Caddies tour, and they're a ska band. And so now we're opening up for a ska band, and those people came to see them. So you had to like figure out like, what are we going to do here? And those were the moments where you realize this is where I put my tail between my legs and I go home and I say, this is it. I'm not meant for this. Or you kind of like clench your fists and put your head down and lean into it, and that's what we did. And so those years were so important and like formative for me as a singer.
I remember reading Henry Rollins' book about those Black Flag tours. And, obviously I would assume that these shows were stepped down from these old Black Flag shows. But he talks about going back to flats and like literally washing out chunks of spit from people that were there not to see the guys. And I just find the intestinal fortitude, like you said, of being able to be like, all right, well, so this is how it's going to be tonight. We got to figure out how the heck we're going to get through it. But God dang it, we're going to get through it.
Absolutely. Yes. You need those. You need those concerts, those shows. You need those years to really help you figure out who you are as a band, And for us, it helps because, we stood behind the songs. We were like, these songs.
So you're looking to buy a home, and good for you. Maybe build some equity, maybe your first home. And I'm sure you're getting all sorts of advice from family and friends. Wanted advice, unwanted advice. If you're going to listen to one piece of advice, listen to your buddy Rizz. If you're looking to buy a new home, a mortgage is like a fingerprint, and everyone's different. And Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team is going to help you secure your dream home with the 123 Mortgage Rate Advantage, where you can reduce your mortgage within the first 2 years in your home. Here's how it works. You lock in a rate of 7%. First year, you're going to pay 5%. Next year, 6%. The year after, okay, you're back to the 7%, but hopefully by then we'll refinance. It's easy with Kevin. You call, you qualify, you close. That's it. That's the 123 Mortgage Rate Advantage. Kevin Putney, the 123 Mortgage Team, 314-862-0123. He's online at 123mortgage.com. It's Kevin Putney, equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
Here's something that I firmly believe, and we're just going to start the interview here because it just seems like a good place to pop off. But I want the artist to do what the artist wants to do. If you want to make 5 radio songs in a row, great.
If you want to make 5 fan tracks in a row, great, because I feel like it's your art.
Hey, this is Mark Norman coming at you, fatties. You're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz, you big fat douche.
That's nice. Man, a couple roads are shut down.
Yeah, everything just hit. During that break, we have severe delays. Road blocked due to a crash 70 westbound right at Zumbel and Cave Springs. And then down on 40, man, there's a whole bunch of delays happening there. Looks like stalled vehicle 64 eastbound. Is it right at McKnight or 170?
I don't know. They showed on the TV like 40 east going near Brentwood.
Yeah, 40 east right at McKnight. That area, lots of delays. They're saying 40 minutes as of now.
Yeah. Well, how's the traffic in Detroit?
It's fine. No problem.
Yeah, unless it's an accident or something. Normal commute time,
earlier than your maps will tell you. Because, not everything's downtown. A lot of it's in the suburbs, so it's not everybody going one way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been pretty easy.
Court Freeman from Detroit's here. You always wanted to be on the air when you were growing up? Like, what was your dream job?
To be a comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I did it a couple of times. And I was like, this would be an awful way to live.
Like stand-up?
Yeah. So I found a different medium.
Mm-hmm. So you're one of these on-air personalities, and you've been to a bunch of different cities.
Yeah.
We got lucky enough here in this room that you guys have not left St. Louis as far as doing radio goes. I've been in 2 or 3 markets, but you've been in. Let's see. Go ahead.
Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, and Idaho.
And Idaho was your last job.
Idaho was the most
you were
recent.
like clustering for a second there, and then all the way over there.
And it's definitely the outlier.
So it was Boise.
Yeah.
And you were there for how long?
Probably 4 months.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, I still had I was still packed.
Oh, that's a pretty quick, in and out.
It was very, very quick, and
you were still packed?
I wish I could have left quicker.
I was gonna say you were still packed, and you realized this isn't for me.
Oh, is that what it was? It was like, hey, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Was it the city?
The city wasn't as bad as it's very beautiful. There's mountains. It's more the people.
Wow.
Let me just give an example. My coworker, we're recording something after the show, trying to get a little promo, and I just need a laugh. I need her to laugh to end the thing, so it sounds good. And so I say the thing, she doesn't laugh. And so I say, hey, could you please just give me a little laugh here?
Something. Yeah.
We just need something. So I say it again, and nothing. I'm like, hey, dude, can you just give me a laugh? And she's like, oh, sorry, I only laugh at Jews.
What?
I don't understand what that means.
I'm
like at Jewish comedians, like Jerry Seinfeld. Like only Seinfeld makes me laugh.
No, because that would be like, I only laugh at Jewish comedian. It was I only laugh.
I love
at
Jackie Mason.
Jews. It was
at
what?
And then she cracked up. She started laughing at herself. So I got the laugh. But what kind of person says that?
Dang.
And it was in front of my boss. And I look, and he's like, yeah, no, she didn't say anything wrong.
She only laughs at Jews.
Yeah, it's like the only time in life I ever pulled a Costanza. It's like, I'm out.
And that's it.
Just walked out. Nope.
Whoa, it's wild.
Yeah. And so, 4 months
laugh
at Jews.
Huh.
It was the kind of thing
where was the inflection in the sentence? Like, at Jews? Or at Jews?
I only laugh at Jews.
Oh, man.
That is confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was on part, coming in.
Has she ever met a Jewish person?
I don't think so. I couldn't have. You don't say that. And it was all different things like that.
Hand to God, this happened. We moved here. My wife and I, my wife is Jewish, went to a bar, and there was somebody there who found out my wife was Jewish, and he came up and said, "Wow, I've never met somebody Jewish before. You don't have a hook nose."
Oh,
holy smokes!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she was really nice to me. I thought we had a good conversation.
Holy cow!
And
if this woman could have reached into this guy's chest cavity and pulled out his heart. I'm surprised she didn't punch him.
Should have. How could you say how could you think that way?
Is it because he saw Borat or something? It's like, I'll be funny like Borat.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Wild. So boys, it was not your cup of tea.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But hey, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland were all nice.
Nice.
Great places.
A lot of Jewish people there.
Yeah.
Hey, if you asked if you have a 7th grader at home, I got a 7th grader at home.
Me too.
Well, I got an 8th grader. I got an 8th grader and a 6th grader.
I got all those things.
So if you ask your 8th, 7th, 6th grader what their dream job would be, what would they say?
Oh, dude. One of them would say YouTuber.
Yeah.
Electrophysiologist?
Oh, yeah, not anymore. That was more of a 5th grade dream.
No, they'd probably say YouTuber.
YouTuber, athlete, yeah.
YouTuber, rapper, maybe Subway sandwich artist. I don't know.
Different goals for different people.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough one.
So new research came up with a list of the top dream jobs worldwide. And they did it by looking into targeted online search results for stuff like how to be a...
Okay.
So that's how they figure out the top dream jobs for people. And in the end, what was the top dream job for not kids, but everybody?
YouTuber. Influencer.
Yeah.
Nope.
TikToker.
Nope.
Humanitarian.
Nope. I mean, like if you want to say blogger was number 12.
That's the closest that...
Influencer was number 7. Okay, YouTuber was 4th.
So actor.
Oh,
Actor was 6th.
that's a good one.
Thank you. Model.
Model, no.
Lawyer.
Lawyer was 19.
Ooh.
And most people use
Come on,
lawyer
kids.
and attorney interchangeably.
Yeah.
Doctor?
Even lawyers and attorneys themselves. So you could probably just lump them together. And
Anesthesiologist.
Oh, wait, because lawyer was 18.
Good
So
night.
lawyer and attorney. I'm sorry, what?
I said doctor. He said anesthesiologist.
Doctor was number 13. They didn't break it down to anesthesiologist. What's number 1? The number 1 dream job for people.
Singer.
Singer was number 9.
Do we say
Investor?
athlete yet? Athlete?
Investor? No. Not investor.
How to be a famous person. How to be a...
Writer.
A writer was number 2.
Ooh.
Number 1. And once I say it, I'm like, it's going to go, damn. Yep.
One of those people that makes the Hallmark cards.
Musician, athlete.
Musician.
Would you say when we were growing up, would we have also said this job?
We would have thought this was a
Astronaut.
Fireman.
rad job. Fireman, 16.
Pilot.
Pilot's number 1.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Nice.
Pilot is the number 1 dream job around the world.
Wow.
Yep.
I agree. That'd be fun.
I don't know.
Which is interesting because, we've been hearing stories about how airlines have been struggling with pilot shortages, since the pandemic. But pilot is the number 1 thing in U.S., Canada, UK, Australia.
It's one of those jobs where you get, free drinks all the time and you go do your shift.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
As long as you're wearing a uniform.
If you make a mistake, it's a big deal.
Oh, man.
If we make a mistake, darn.
Yeah.
Pilot makes a mistake, lives are at stake.
DJ was number 11. So I don't know if that's a club DJ or a radio DJ or you want to lump radio personality in there. That was number 11.
You know what the pilot thing? Like my faith, my everything drastically changes between 1 pilot and 2 pilots. As long as I'm in a plane with 2 pilots, I feel fine. Everything's fine.
But you just see one.
If I'm in a plane with 1 pilot, I'm nervous.
I know a couple pilots and they love their job and they are happy in their jobs. And
Don't you think
I can see it. You travel.
Yeah, don't you think it's the career that has the least amount of mistakes?
You can't make mistakes.
can't make
Right,
mistakes.
Because, those guys have to have in order to retire, you have a flawless career.
Yeah, and I
That's amazing.
And
That's
I
probably
trust,
the only one out there like that.
I trust the system that puts them in the position of authority and gives them the licenses and whatever. I trust all that. And I have a few friends that have gotten their pilot's license recently, or even had them for years, and they're always like, "I'm going to take you up," but I'm like, "Nah."
I have a friend
I don't
who is
wanna
a
be-
commercial pilot. I have a friend who is a private plane pilot. Like, the companies would hire out, a private plane and he goes to wherever they want him to go. I have somebody in my life who is a test pilot. All 3 love their jobs.
It takes a lot of schooling. I know, even becoming a stewardess, or it takes, they say it's easier to get into Harvard than it is to be a Delta flight attendant.
Really?
Dancer is 3rd, entrepreneur is 5th, programmer 8th, teacher 10th, which is nice to see on the list despite the challenges, professor 14, flight attendant 15, judge 17, and psychologist 20th.
Interesting.
In China, their number 1 dream job is dietitian. South Korea, police officer. Egypt, it's football coach, soccer. Brazil, it's businessman. And YouTube is number one in Mexico, like YouTuber.
Really?
In Mexico, yeah. Wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, man. The single pilot thing is it's not that I don't trust anybody. It's just that, like, what if you have a medical emergency or something?
Bathroom break.
I just don't want you being the only one that knows how to get this thing down.
That's how I feel about getting on smaller planes. Like when it's just the 2 seats, not the 3.
Right.
I get a little more nervous.
But if it's an airline, they have to have 2 pilots up there.
They have to. Wait, have you been on one where they only had one?
Yes. I've been on like puddle jumpers, like in Hawaii and different things, prop planes.
I don't know if I could get on one.
That's what I'm telling you. And it's totally fine. I'm sure it's safe. And these people have done this for millions of miles. But like, what if you pass out, man? What if you didn't eat your banana this morning or something?
That's why I don't want to skydive. Like, what if that guy had a bad day and he just wasn't paying attention and he suited me up wrong? It just takes one bad day and you're dead.
That's what I mean.
It takes one person to fall asleep behind the wheel and cross the center line.
I understand that, but that's something I have to deal with.
Let's get to some emails. Rizzo1057thepoint.com or send us some feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. This is from Matt. What up, fellas? I need your expert advice. Is it rude to ignore a call because you would rather text than talk? Sometimes you just don't feel like talking. Sometimes I will ignore a call, then the person calling will text, and I will immediately respond to the text. That's cool, right? Or am I the a-hole?
I think it's fine. I do this all the time. I did it just a couple days ago. But you have to lie. Like, hey, sorry, I'm out to dinner.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yes, as long as you lie and do it, it's fine.
What's the scenario? This person.
So you
texted.
call me.
Yeah.
You call me, and I'm like, I don't feel like talking. But I ignore. I press ignore.
Yeah.
And you text me, and then I text you right back. Is that rude to ignore the call?
No.
And just text?
Again, like I don't know your motives. I don't know your life, but I'm going to respect it and not think about it. So I respect you. I respect your life. I respect you determining what your time should be, how your time should be prioritized. It's your goddamn life. You prioritize it. It's not my decision to tell you what you should be.
Yeah, but I want to talk to you, and you're ignoring me, and
maybe I'm ignoring you because I'm not ready to talk
That's
to you.
why you
I don't
need
have
to
time
lie.
to talk to you. No,
That's
no
why
lie.
you lie.
You lie.
No,
You be
no
a
lie.
good friend and you lie.
You be a good friend and spare somebody's feelings and lie.
No lie. Respect. Everybody
I'm
needs
in
to
a
respect.
meeting. I can't talk right now, but I can text.
It isn't easy. You're not like doing anything big. It's, hey, I'm eating. What do you need?
Nobody's getting hurt.
No,
Getting hurt.
Yeah, but you're lying. It's not, you're forcing me to lie because you don't respect me.
And then if it's an emergency, you can text back like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Yeah. Let me step out of the meeting that I'm in.
It was like, leave me a voice message.
This is why people have boundary issues, man. This is why people have all sorts of issues with this stuff because it's all this expectation. Somebody's going to guilt you into thinking that you ignored somebody and that's on you. Like, get out of here, man.
And everybody has different rules,
Yeah,
too.
I'm lying.
How about the rule of respect?
Respect for your feelings. That's why I'm lying. Scott, is it rude? Quick.
It's not rude.
Okay.
No.
Hey, guys, listening to the podcast from yesterday when you guys were talking about asking friends to help move. I come from a family of hardworking people who typically like to save money everywhere we can. Is it rude to ask somebody to help you move?
No, but again, I would lie. Like, I'm not going to.
Dude.
I'm out of town.
Or my back, I got a back thing.
Absolutely. You lie.
Dylan writes, I'm lucky enough to have a lot of guys in my family, and quite frankly, I think they would rather help me move than let me pay for somebody else to do it.
I got to be honest, I don't think any of my friends would ever ask me to help them move.
Yeah, mine either.
Because they don't want to make you lie, dude.
Well, or they just know I'm useless. Like, I'm absolutely useless.
So writes, my friends would rather help me move than let me pay somebody else to do it. Not only that, but we like to make a day out of those things. Because they wouldn't rather be doing something else than helping you move your sofa from...
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I would rather pay than ask a friend to help, too, because I don't want to put them, like you were saying, in that respect your freedom. I'll just pay. I don't want to put you in a bad spot and ask to borrow your truck.
They'd probably hang out for a few beers and end up staying for a while. Maybe I'm alone in this, but that's just food for thought. Well, you got good friends.
Maybe that's a story that you're telling yourself, too.
Good friends that
We
have
all
nothing
got to
else
tell
to do.
ourselves certain stories so we can sleep.
Team Rizz member Hawaiian Ryan, y'all talked about filling the tank if you borrow somebody else's car. Yeah, if you borrow somebody else's car, you best be filling that tank up before you return it.
At least to where it was.
Oh, come on. You got to fill the whole thing up.
It was about
to where it was. What am I borrowing it for?
$2.30.
Exactly.
I mean, this not Hertz where you're filling up to where you got it. This is a buddy who's letting you borrow his car. The least you could do is fill the tank.
Isn't good enough good enough?
No, it's not good enough in this particular situation. You fill the tank up.
I'm with Rizz on this.
You fill the tank up.
For sure.
At minimum, you put it
There
back
is
to
no
where it was.
at minimum. This is you fill the tank.
You know,
There's no gray area here, you cheap bastard.
Yeah, because you fill it up all the way, it covers wear and tear.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're good at, like it's the nice thing to do. Well, Hawaiian Ryan writes, when I have people come to visit and they don't offer up the credit card to fill the tank after I've been trucking them all over the island, it's noted and they are no longer welcome.
Ooh. Make sure you have fun that one time.
So you hear a scenario? So somebody comes to Hawaii and Hawaiian Ryan drives him around. If they don't offer to fill up his tank at some point during the trip, noted, no longer welcome.
But if we go, we kind of get free trips around the island if you just do it once.
See, I don't know if
It could be a good reward.
I don't know if I agree with that. So I got a buddy who's in town from North Carolina where we'll be driving around, doing fun things this weekend. I don't expect him to. That's part of him coming to me. Like, I will
ask him for gas money.
I am providing transportation.
Yeah, you're expecting something. That's the other thing, the expectations for everybody.
Telling your buddy, like, hey, well, you could pay 20 for an Uber or you could just give me 10.
Now,
what do you want to do?
We're not in Hawaiian's situation because, remember, he's in Hawaii. So I'm sure a lot of people are coming to hang out with Hawaiian, and they're
all the time.
It's freaking Hawaii, so he probably has to do a lot of tours. You're not doing a ton of tours from friends that can't wait to get to St. Louis and have Rizz.
I don't think Hawaiian Ryan is having a lot of people come to Hawaii.
It's Hawaiian.
Whenever I lived in L.A., it seemed like every week I'd get a text from somebody from here in St. Louis or somewhere saying, "Hey, I'm in town. We got to hang out."
Yeah,
so it happened all the time.
I can understand
him.
him.
This is expensive. You guys need. Come on.
Yeah, I can understand him being a tour guide.
You cheap bastards.
And gas is probably expensive in Hawaii.
Okay.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. But there are expectations when you come to visit somebody that if they're driving, okay, it'd be nice. Hey, do you want me to help you fill up? No, it's good. I don't expect that.
I know. I'm just saying we're not in his position. He probably has to play tour guide 100 times more a year than we do.
I don't think a lot of people splurge, and that's a pretty expensive trip to Hawaii.
Not if you got a friend named Ryan that you can give you free rides all over the place.
And you're so far away. You probably welcome visitors. You're probably begging them to come out.
I don't know. If I'm moving to Hawaii,
he moved to left alone.
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from y'all.
Hey, all. My name is Carrie, and I've been a Rizz Show fan for about 6 years now. Never missing a show from the podcast. My husband got me a national calendar for Christmas, and this past Wednesday was National Opposite Day. In its true fashion, they found a way to celebrate contronyms. Do you know what a contronym is?
No, it sounds like a cool game.
Is a word that could have opposite meanings. Thought this might blow your mind like it did ours. Love the show and hope to see you at another Rizz Show Live event soon. For example, the word strike is a contronym. It means both to hit or attack or missing the ball at bat in baseball.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's a cool one.
Dust means to remove dust from furniture or to lightly cover.
Oh, a little dusting.
Oh, neat.
Execute means to start something or begin something. It also means to bring to an end.
Yeah.
Overlook can mean to miss something that causes error or to monitor or watch. Trim, to decorate or add or to remove. And rent means to purchase something temporarily or to sell something temporarily. Those are contronyms.
Yeah, those are cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Carrie, for that. Whoa. Okay, we talked about, somebody wrote in and said they were at a particular Italian chain restaurant and witnessed somebody changing their baby on top of a table in the middle of the dining room.
Ooh.
At no point is that acceptable, correct?
I don't think so.
At no point.
Unless you have an idea that I haven't thought of.
At
Yeah,
no
you go
point
out
is
to the car. You can go some bathroom.
In the bathroom, there's a changing station.
At that restaurant, you think?
I mean, I think it's the law that you have to have one. I think you have to have them in changing stations. You have to have them in men's rooms now, changing stations.
Yeah, not acceptable then.
Not acceptable in any scenario. Not says Steve. We were at a chain family restaurant. There were no changing tables in the bathroom. It was cold outside. If these are the circumstances, I will change the kid on the booth seat with no remorse.
I'd probably go under the table if I really had to do it.
Not on top of the
You
table.
go under.
He said the seat.
I said, a chair. Or
you could hide it in the corner of the booth and no one will know.
You got a car, back seat of the car, front seat of the car.
If it's cold, okay, let's say it's 20 degrees out.
Okay,
I understand that. But the chair, yeah, he's saying the booth seat.
The booth seat is drastically different
than the top of the table.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, but I don't understand. Even if it's cold outside, your nanny's going out there to change the baby. You don't even have to worry. You just keep eating, and everything's fine.
I have seen now when you say, have you ever seen anybody do it on the table? I'm not 100% sure I have, but I know that I've seen people do it in the booth.
In the booth,
and it don't bother me. Because my fork isn't.
I feel like if
there.
you're doing it on top of the table, if it's on top of the table, it's a show. Like everybody, it's a show for everybody to see.
Right. There's other options.
There's some discretion when you do it in the booth.
Told you my kid has.
Hopefully, was it at least their table?
Yeah, I would hope. I would hope.
Sit on the neighbor.
If ever asked by an employee, I would tell him this is the reason they need to change the table in the bathroom. And he says, I love the Rizz Show, 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'll take it.
What is that, 60%?
That's good. A lot of people hit us up about this. Rizz Show member Chad Carter here was listening to Bert Kreischer's latest podcast, Bertcast, episode 556. He had Ian Bagg on. And we've had Bert Kreischer on a bunch on the show, and we've had Ian Bagg on.
He's a riot.
Love both those guys.
And Ian brought up that Jeff Burton passed away from prostate cancer, and I listened to it. I listened right at the beginning of the podcast too, and Bert sounded, said, "Yeah, I remember Jeff," and sounded, devastatingly shocked that Jeff passed away.
Wow. Oh man.
And they were chatting about getting themselves checked out for prostate cancer. So
that's awesome.
If some good can come of anything, get yourself a
heck yeah, man.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, you had to hear Bert Kreischer, like the shock, like, oh my God, Jeff passed away.
Dang.
Keep up the great work, 3 out of 5 stars. This is from Joe. Hey guys, Metallica, Pantera coming to St. Louis this fall. Basically my dream show. Y'all are obviously music fans. I was curious, what would your dream concert bill be? Ooh. Bands, artists, alive or dead, past or present. Original lineups or new ones. Pick 2 openers and a headliner.
Ooh, boy.
Can you pick the venue too, even if it's no longer here?
Whatever. Pick 2 openers and a headliner.
Oh man, this is tough.
I would have to say Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin, probably headline for me. I'm trying to think of bands that I never saw.
I was saying, mine would obviously be Garth Brooks, but I saw Garth Brooks finally. So.
Right, I never saw Nirvana, so I probably have Nirvana on the bill. Nirvana, Zeppelin, and maybe the Beatles. That's a hell of a show.
Yeah. For me,
hell of a show.
For me, it would be Queen headlining. The Police as direct support.
Queen.
Oh man.
And I may throw a twist in there and do. Oh man, this is gonna be weird. But Queen, then the Police, and then Silverchair doing the Diorama record.
All right.
And front. Yeah.
I've got Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, and then it's a different kind of headliner, but it would be Van Morrison.
Wow.
That would be a show.
I go to that show.
Yeah, let's just do a festival, and one day yours is Friday, mine's Saturday.
So I got
Sunday.
Zeppelin, Beatles, and Nirvana playing.
Yeah, dude.
Like mine would probably be the Saturday show.
Yeah, you got the Saturday. I probably like the Thursday, like the pre-show.
You're the Thursday. Scott?
Mine, I think, would definitely have to be. I'd love to see Queen, but I think I've seen enough live stuff for them. So I'd rather see Zeppelin, and then it's a complete change here. It goes into Simon and Garfunkel, and then something like Hank Williams. Like something from
Hank
way
Williams,
back in
Simon
the
and
day.
Garfunkel.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
That'd be a heck of a
It's
show,
a weird variety, but those guys would be neat to see.
You need that at a festival.
That'd be kind of neat. I think it would be like Willie Nelson, Ben Folds.
Oh, Ben.
Love Ben.
All right. Ben Folds wins. He's my headliner.
One more email. This is from Robert. We were talking about blood types the other day. Do you know your blood type?
I was just talking to my lady about that. No idea.
Yeah, that's bad. I think I'm type
Is
A.
it bad?
Mine's red.
I feel like it's something you should know.
They should put it on your driver's
They should
license.
tattoo it on you.
Yeah, right, just a little A,
It's
little
on the
B.
bottom of your foot.
That is
It's
not a
easy to
bad
tell
idea.
because
Maybe I'll do that.
Tattoo it on you?
Well,
that way, if you're in an emergency, they're like, "What's his blood type?" Oh, it's here on his chest.
Yeah, but tattoos don't. You can't rock that because remember there was that "do not resuscitate" tattoo, and I
yeah, but it's just a blood type thing. It's not. That's
yeah, but a nurse, somebody can't. It's not going to like start pumping you.
Well, you
full
have to
of
write
blood
type A. Type A. I swear. You have to write I swear.
You got to sign it.
Well, can't they just test?
It's notarized.
Can't they just test if you're like type A or whatever? You got red blood, and then the others are yellow. And
all right, so
I don't know.
Robert writes in. So here's how you can remember different blood types. What is a universal donor? What's all that stuff? So think of A, B, and the positive as their own 3 separate types. You can receive any blood type that you already have in your body. Therefore, if you are AB positive, you are the universal receiver. You can receive AB, and O in any combination of positive or negative because you have both AB and you have the positive.
That's a good way to. Okay, that's a good way to think about that. 'Cause type O negative is the universal donor, but the universal receiver is AB positive.
Yeah, think of O as nothing at all. Therefore, it can go into A, B, or O. Whoa. If you are AB negative, you can receive anything as long as it's not positive. O negative is universal donor because your blood is basically invisible to other blood types. It will not be seen by the blood in your body. It's like the blood ninja.
Whoa. You're a ghost. That's type O negative is a ghost.
O positive is similar, but it can't go into people who have negative blood types, but it can go into A, B, O, or AB as long as that person is positive.
Yeah, mine's O positive.
So if you're a type O negative, you have to have O negative, or you can get anything. What can the
You're the
ghost
donor.
receive?
You can give to anybody, but
Sure.
I think you can only receive.
Yeah.
You can only get
O negative.
Yeah, but I think O positive is like you can give to everyone and receive everything, right?
Now, Rafe's blood type, we were talking to Rafe before about his is AB positive, he said.
Yeah, so he's the universal
is
receiver.
rare and sought after because hospitals would rather give out AB positive blood to AB positive people because they don't want to waste their more usable blood on universal receivers. If that all makes sense.
Yeah.
That does. That's actually that was very helpful. I'll forget that in a few hours, but I really appreciate the knowledge of it now.
Yeah, this is one of those things. How do we not? This should be a pretty simple thing we all know.
I know my like social security number.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know my bank routing number.
I know my parents' number from 1988.
My debit card.
And that's from Robert. Great show. 3 out of 5 stars. Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you for all your emails and feedback. Up after the break, your Friday fail stories. A lot of people not achieving their goals this week, Court.
Hey, I've been there.
We have the stories. Some more severe than others. And we will end with a doozy. It's 8:15. Nice. It is Friday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceways NASCAR Cup Race, June 3rd and June 4th. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Stalled vehicle 64 eastbound at McKnight. This is causing severe delays. We were just looking up at the picture, and it shows they're diverting traffic now onto an entrance ramp to try to get them off the highway. So look out if you're going 40 eastbound. It looks like everything has cleared up on the 70 spot, but we also have a right-of-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle 64 westbound right at 270. Your point forecast today, breezy and warmer with a high of 52. Tomorrow, chance of late rain with a high of 54. And then Sunday, chance of winter mix with a high of 34. Right now, it's 32 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
It's time to go get the car you've always wanted, and don't put it off. Go to the place that will actually help you get the car that you've always wanted, and that's Mount Top Motor Company. And what I love about Mount Top Motor Company is that their sales team is just down-to-earth, regular folks. So it's easy to talk to them, and these people are truly car enthusiasts. They love it backwards and forward, and it's a family business. It's just an incredible place to go into, and you don't feel pressured. They're not weird about it. They make it super easy, and they're very casual over there. I love it. And if you go to mounttopmotors.com, you could check out their incredible lineup right now. Just like a 2018 Dodge Charger SXT Plus, and it's incredibly priced, great mileage on it, low mileage. And then they also have a 2017 Hyundai Sonata Sport, and again, very low miles and a wonderful price. So go check out mounttopmotors.com and get the car you want. And here's what's cool. If you go through their website there and you don't see the one that you have in mind and you wish you could get it, again, these are down-to-earth people. So all you got to do is give Mount Top Motor Company a call, and they'll actually help you find the car that you want, and they'll get you on that lot and out of there and exactly what you're looking for. So go to Mount Top Motor Company, get the right car, aim higher. Go to Mount Top Motor Company. It's mounttopmotors.com.
It is a very, very big day in the land of Red Hot Chili Pepper fans everywhere, and I am so unbelievably honored to be joined today by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, St. Louis is saying hello to you.
I love St. Louis, and I fondly miss the raucous nights, Mississippi nights that we used to have over there. And hello to everybody. Love to one and all.
Man, it's really great to hear your voice, but also, too, it's wonderful to have a new Red Hot Chili Peppers album that is out today, and John Frusciante back in the Chili Peppers. Flea, can you kind of talk to us a little bit about how he got back into the fold with you guys? And I know that you guys had maintained a friendship even when he wasn't in the band. Were you guys still jamming and playing together when he wasn't a Chili Pepper?
We occasionally jammed, and we always were friends, and we get together and talk. And, it was difficult, too, because he left, and we got someone else to replace him who was his friend. And it's sort of like, when you break up with a girlfriend and then you start dating their friend or something, it's like being in a band with someone is a very emotional and, close experience. So it was, our relationship has always been intense. But I remember I think there's a lot of things that led up to him coming back all the way around. But I remember one particular evening, he and his girlfriend were over for dinner with me and my girlfriend, and we're having dinner, and he and I were like off in a room talking. And I remember I just kind of said, like, I never really touched on it, even though I would think it. And I said, John, I sometimes I really miss playing with you, man.
Yeah.
And I said it. I couldn't help it. I just burst into tears. It was so emotional for me to say it. And he looked at me, and I saw him do the same thing. Like, we're both looking at each other, and he's like, me too, And in that moment, I was just like, oh, man. I was just like going to Anthony like a few days later, and I was like, I think John would come back, And just kind of opened that conversation, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, we made that decision.
Wow.
And all together. And it was very difficult to part ways with Josh, who's a beautiful person and a great musician, but it was the right thing to do for us, because sometimes I think there's things people are just born to do certain things. And John Frusciante was born to play guitar in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and man, that dude is such a profoundly beautiful, deep musician, and I treasure every moment we play together.
It's really wonderful to have you. Flea, I can just legitimately tell that your homeboy is back in the band, and you're just doing things that you love, and it's wonderful to me. And as a matter of fact, I read a quote from Rick Rubin where he said when you guys got back into the studio with John, and I think you were at Shangri-La, which is Rick Rubin Studios, that you guys started to jam, and Rick became emotional just seeing you guys doing it, kind of saying the same thing that you're saying, like these guys were born to be in a band together.
Yeah, and I think there's things that you just...
So if you want to save some money on your car or home insurance, Allstate has some of the most competitive rates. I'll tell you, when I made the switch to the Bibb Agency and Allstate Insurance with Tracy Bibb, I saved a ton of money on my car insurance. With Allstate and Tracy Bibb, you'll get the personal attention from your agent. Most people have never met or talked to their agent. She'll work with you to make sure that you have the right type of coverage when something happens. Not if something happens, but when something happens. We all have a claim in our lifetime with either our car or home. And when claims do arise, Tracy is there to make the claims process easy and quick. And Tracy, she's a great woman, and she truly cares about our community and all you guys are clients. She's involved with the United Cerebral Palsy Foundation, Purple Stride, Kids Rock Cancer, of course, the Little Bit Foundation, and so many more. Tracy speaks to high schoolers about the dangers of texting and getting them to pledge against texting and driving. So get a hold of Tracy today for a non-committal quote. You're not going to regret it. It's free. It's easy. 314-328-4260. That's 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in good hands with Bib.
Hey, this is Kevin Nealon, and you are listening to The Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz!
All right, Point Fest 2022. It is Liv, and I am so excited. As you know, this is one of my favorite bands ever. The Struts, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. So excited. So to start, I actually have a thought. Because I met you guys several years ago, backstage at a show, and Liv, you had disappeared for a moment, and I missed an autograph on my favorite piece of merch ever.
Yeah, it's a bad
So,
All right, time for your Friday Fail Story. All right, so Court, here's how it works. All these people have the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, man, that plan went completely sideways.
Yep.
And it went from the perfect plan to an Uber,
Yes.
an Ultra,
Don't you dare.
and dare I say it, I'm going to say it, Mega
Failed.
Man.
You sounded great, boss.
Thanks.
I just noticed.
You sound great, dude.
Since you've been playing guitar, like a little bit vibrato with your finger. You do that on the board now. You do a little vibrato on the slider.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
He's got a whammy,
with your
he's got
finger.
a whammy
Yeah, I got a whammy bar on the
That's
on
ridiculous.
the board here. Friday Fail Stories, sponsored by
Morris Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
So, and this is kind of lighthearted because nobody got hurt here. Anytime something suspicious is found at a place it shouldn't be, the authorities should be called and have it checked out.
Right.
See something, say something is what they say. Sometimes it is something concerning, but usually harmless, like a piece of trash, misplaced backpack, a PlayStation console, a Journey cassette tape. I don't know. But this is new. Police in Louisiana say an unknown possible explosive device prompted an evacuation on a street last Saturday. Authorities looked into it. Wasn't a bomb, just an egg wrapped in a bandana.
Somebody dropped breakfast?
An egg wrapped in a bandana. It was found under a porch. The owner of the place said they were worried when they saw it because they had been receiving death threats. Police are still looking into the threats, but I'm not sure what this egg in the bandana thing was, if it's connected, but it certainly was not a bomb.
Failed.
Egg bomb.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit those shell fragments, man.
Oh, and this is a really weird story. So a woman was arrested last week after school district officials discovered she had filed false documents to enroll as a high school student in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Weird.
I hate this kind of thing. Remember some gal did this a couple, what was it? 2019, 2020?
Yeah. Didn't she assume like her daughter's
she went
identity?
Went as her daughter or something.
Yeah, the school district superintendent made this announcement on Tuesday night during a Board of Education meeting.
Last week, by filing some false documents, an adult female posing as a student was able to be enrolled in our high school. She attended school for 4 days. She
4 days?
2 classes, and then most time in our guidance suite as we were trying to get more information from her.
Last night, she contacted me at 10:56 p.m. asking how I was. As soon as I saw the message, I blocked the number and couldn't fall asleep for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, and she was arrested for providing false documentation. That's a student like this woman contacted.
What have they talked to her? Like, what's the point? Why'd you do this? Especially right now with all the concern and the safety stuff. Like,
I haven't
always wanted to go to prom.
Yeah,
maybe
give me a reason.
It is that time. But how do whenever folks do this, how do they afford it?
What do you mean?
Oh, like, what are they doing to pay
time?
their rent and everything to?
When they're not going to school?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
That's your first question?
My question: how did it take 4 days?
Who's getting this kind of time to do this?
If I was
psycho
in high school, I would know if there was a grown woman in my class, but sooner than 4 days.
I don't know. With the advancement in cosmetic surgery, I don't know. A man in Phoenix, Arizona was arrested for allegedly trying to sell a tiger cub on social media to undercover officers. Phoenix Police Department on Twitter said that 25-year-old Carlos Castro-Alcatraz was arrested Monday for possession of live wildlife as well as game and fish violations for allegedly advertising the tiger cub on social media. Police said officials served a search warrant at this dude's house and found an alligator and a dozen snapping turtles. He was trying to sell this tiger cub for how much? How much did tiger cub go for?
Ooh, what
Can't
state?
be cheap.
It's Arizona.
Oh, that's a different.
Oh, it is different. $6,500.
$20,000.
Ooh.
$20,000. He told officers he had bought the tiger cub last week for $8,000 from another man in Arizona. He said that man wasn't taking care of the tiger and he felt bad, so he bought the tiger cub from him. This dude's in big trouble.
Everybody wants to be Joe Exotic now.
So,
yeah.
31-year-old woman charged with a whole bunch of stuff after Winnipeg police say she set off a firecracker inside a crowded restaurant and then stole a pizza and then carjacked a taxi and then dragged the driver.
Wow, that's a lot of and thens.
But did she wipe her baby at the table?
I don't know. Cops were called around 3 in the morning. This is on Sunday about a stolen cab. They found the 54-year-old taxi driver suffering from what they're calling upper body injuries. They were told a woman had attempted to get a ride from him, but she was asked to get out after becoming crazy and belligerent. When the driver stepped out of the car, the woman got into the driver's seat, drove away, dragging the cab driver.
Ugh.
He'll be all right. Meanwhile, other officers spotted the stolen cab, followed the cab until it became stuck in a snowbank. The woman driving the cab ran but was quickly caught and arrested.
Fail.
I mean, she's facing charges for robbery, possession of a weapon, failing to comply with prior court order conditions.
Couldn't you kind of almost get like negligent or attempted homicide for dragging somebody like that?
I would think.
Attempted? Yikes.
Guy from Baltimore looking at up to 20 years in prison for holding up a bank in Florida and then getting away with $4,200. So the 54-year-old guy pleaded guilty last week to bank robbery and violating the terms of his supervised release. So this dummy had already done 20 years for robbing banks in Baltimore.
Oh, my gosh.
He was in Florida on June 28th. He robbed a credit union on Belle Isle. He wore a baseball cap, sunglasses, surgical mask, plastic gloves to the bank during the heist. Passed a note to the teller. Said he had a gun. Asked for all her 100s, 50s, 20s, and 5s. No ones, don't push the alarm. And he wound up being busted at a gas station across the street after changing out of his Robin clothes. Cops found the demand note and stolen cash in the bag he was holding. They found his disguise in the bathroom of the gas station. So why did he rob the bank? He probably had a good reason. Mm-hmm. He told cops he was visiting Florida in order to make a movie, and he ran out of cash. So he didn't rob the bank.
Did he give him a producer credit?
He couldn't resist the demons.
$4,200. You say he already
did
served
20 years.
20 years, and you get out and do that for $4,200.
He said it was the only way he knew how to make money.
Stick with what you know.
What a bummer.
A high school in Maryland issued an apology last Friday after an employee accidentally sent sexually explicit photos to the entire student body.
Oh.
The principal at Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School in Prince George's County sent a letter to students' families informing them of the incident, stating the employee, quote, inadvertently sent an email to all the students containing the photos. Now, she said school administrators immediately tried to retract the email, but the photos were seen by many people and were shared with others. Quote, I'm asking that all students, as responsible online citizens, not share the photos by email, social media outlets, or other avenues. Good luck. In the letter, the principal said appropriate steps have been taken regarding the employee, but further details on any disciplinary action were not released. The school and the school system have not identified this person. The letter stated that a mental health clinician and professional school counselors were available for any student seeking support, and we sincerely regret the incident.
So it wasn't a tractor teacher.
Not that it matters. Was it a guy or a gal?
They don't say. Does that make a difference?
Probably not, but I'm curious. I don't know.
For my imagery, yes.
Yeah, just to paint the right picture. Employees at a Bank of America in Leesburg, Florida were in a meeting last Saturday around 9 in the morning when they heard loud noises and yelling outside of the bank. Look out the window, they see a guy yelling at the ATM, rocking it back and forth while demanding in a loud voice the machine give his card back. The man went back to a pickup truck, got a hammer, and then used it to beat the ATM. After hitting it a couple times, got in his truck, took off. Police got to the bank not too long after. Damage to the ATM was estimated to be about $3,000. The bank employees gave cops pictures of the guy in his truck. So cops ran the plate number of the truck, which came back as registered to a 56-year-old guy. Officers go to his house. He met them at the door immediately and said, "You must be here because of the ATM."
Oh, gosh.
He said he was frustrated when he couldn't get his card back, arrested on a charge of criminal mischief over $1,000.
Failed. I've had my card taken by a couple ATMs. I understand the frustration, the helplessness.
Yeah, I just didn't have a hammer on me.
No hammers around.
So when you were in school, did any of the cafeteria workers demonstrate above and beyond culinary talents?
Yeah, we had great cookies.
Oh, really?
Like better than like store-bought or like homemade. They were phenomenal.
Well, you didn't go to school in Louisiana, right?
I did not. They have schools in Louisiana?
A 45-year-old woman in Louisiana was a temporary cafeteria worker at a high school. And she was selling homemade baked goods laced with marijuana. Yep, it was apparently happening at the school, not a side hustle.
You said it's high school?
She sold to at least one kid, and it sounds like they knew they were getting. She was caught when another student found out and narked.
Oh, kid.
Like his style.
They notified the authorities through a Crime Stoppers app. That kid is now the least popular kid at school. So the cafeteria worker arrested last week, facing charges. No details on the size of the operation she was running. School district said she was hired by a staffing service that places fill-in employees within the school, but you have to think that staffing service would be in hot water, too.
Maybe that's why the cookies were so failed.
Right.
Yeah.
So a friend being there for you is usually a good thing, right? Two friends in northern Michigan found out that being there doesn't always yield positive results last Thursday night. A woman stopped after police suspected her of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. During the traffic stop, she called for a friend to help. The friend arrived on the scene, also promptly arrested for drunk driving.
Nice. Failed.
Youpers.
I love those stories.
Cops said both friends had been drinking together earlier while playing trivia.
Help.
All right,
Get
two more.
over here.
Here's a type of fail story we haven't had in a while. A 57-year-old woman from Florida busted on a warrant charging her with failing to appear in court in connection with an alleged theft last year at a Walmart. So as the woman was being processed into the Pinellas County Jail, a booking officer, quote, observed an anomaly after the woman passed through a full body scanner. During a strip search, an officer found a glass pipe protruding from her
belly button.
Lady parts.
Yes.
The woman removed the pipe from her body, threw it on the ground, stepped on it, trying to crush it. She then tried telling the officers it was a sex toy. Sex toy.
I buy that.
I guess anything could be.
I guess so. The
Depends on how you
deputy
use
said
it.
the pipe had burnt markings and was consistent with the type commonly used to smoke crack cocaine. The woman was charged with introducing contraband into a detention facility and tampering with evidence, both felonies.
Failed. Glass. That just doesn't sound smart.
And finally, here we go. Here we go, guys. An elderly man in China lost part of his ding-a-ling after getting a metal ring stuck around the base of his member. A scenario so dire, doctors had to use a circular saw to remove the metal ring.
It's like that movie Out Cold where it's stuck in the jacuzzi.
So the 72-year-old guy, Central China, slipped the ring on for sexual stimulation and left it there for 6 months.
Oh, what are you?
Seeking medical attention because his only symptom was shame.
At that point, it probably didn't have feelings. Like they could chop it off.
Well, he finally went to the hospital after experiencing what he called intense pain the day before. He had no pain while peeing. Initially, doctors tried removing the ring with their surgical shearing tools, but when that failed, they called the fire department to borrow a heavy wire cutter. That didn't work. Medics finally removed it using a circular saw that cuts through metal. The tool created so much heat, the team had to constantly spray water on his ding-a-ling to keep it cool.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
can't imagine the scene.
I can imagine it being a delicate scenario where you're like, sir, stop thinking about what you're thinking about. Stop thinking about what you're thinking about. Here, look at this.
Right.
Look at this picture of trains.
Oh, man.
Grandma.
Think of baseball.
Oh, man.
Think about baseball.
All I'm imagining is this guy laying on a gurney and like 10 guys like surrounding, like trying to figure out what to do.
Well, we could pull it. No, you, no.
So there was dead tissue at the root of his Johnson, which was caused by a lack of blood flow. Doctors removed the offending bits, stitching up the wounds and making 3 incisions to place a drainage strip that would mitigate swelling.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
He was prescribed antibiotics, was at the hospital for 7 days. 2 months after the ordeal, he was able to urinate. And if you want to call this whole thing a fail, yep, you are right.
I physically hurt.
Yeah. Penis rings are, if they're used wrong,
not that
not
pleasurable.
Good. Not good.
Man,
Ugh.
how long's the recovery on that?
Yeah,
I don't think you do.
Those things are supposed to reduce blood, flowing through the veins, which causes everything to swell up. If the act goes wrong, doctors advise patients to seek emergency care and not wait 6 months until you do.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, if you've had problems for 6 months, seek a doctor.
Yep. Yep. All right, those are your Friday fail stories. All right, up after the break, we got some stuff to give away. We got tickets to go see Dan Cummins tomorrow night, 8 o'clock show over the pageant. We got tickets for the Party Gras DB's Tent in Soulard, Saturday, February 18th. Mod Son's playing Teenage Dirtbags. Also, Dirtbags Gone Country. There's a DJ. It's a heated tent, private bathrooms. We've also got tickets for Blue Man Group featuring the guys that are blue at the Fabulous Fox Theater, February 9th through the 12th. The men are still blue, but the rest is all new. Smash hit phenomenon that is the Blue Man Group returns to Fabulous Fox in just a couple weeks. So after the break, we're playing a game called
Feud Fight.
Feud Fight. So this is something Court came up with.
So it's kind of like a family feud style game, but instead of polling 100 random people, we use Google suggestions. So we have a phrase that I've typed into the Google on my phone, and after the phrase, it's your job to tell us what that next word or phrase is that comes up as a Google suggestion.
So if you Google something, okay, let's give an example here. So if you type in, and Court's going to type this in, who has the biggest into Google? Like just write who has the biggest.
Yep.
And there will be options that will come underneath that.
The
So Google
autofills.
will suggest how to finish that.
Exactly.
So there's the top 3. If you name one of the top 3 suggestions, boom, you get a prize.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
The Feud Fight.
So Scott,
Yes.
you're playing. Who has the biggest? Give me one of the top 3.
Shoe sizes. Buildings.
We'll give you 3 chances.
3 chances to get top 3.
Yeah, why not?
That's what they do in Family Feud.
Oh, really? I thought they gave you
okay.
1 chance.
I'll say who has the biggest army.
That'd be number 1. That's the number 1.
Nice,
That's number 1. So you
dude.
get.
Thank you.
Hey, you're going to a Party Gras.
Wow.
All right, it's once we get going, it's easy. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Court and Feud Fight. Next. It is 8:42. Friday. Another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceways NASCAR Cup Race June 3rd and June 4th. Get your tickets now, www.raceway.com. Severe delays still happening there. 64 eastbound between, it looks like right around McKnight or so, but it is a mess. 170 McKnight, steer clear of that if you can. Your point forecast today, breezy and warmer with a high of 52. Tomorrow, chance of late rain with a high of 54. And then Sunday, chance of winter mix with a high of 34. Right now, it's 33 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Hey.
It's great to see you
We're
guys.
our invisible third member.
Yes,
Hey,
yes,
well,
yes.
how you doing?
We're the hail half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the Point, you were on my when I was doing mornings at that time.
Yes,
And it really seems like a decade ago, and it might have been.
It might have been. I don't know. Time is very elastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's like it went by like that fast, but it feels like a different
It was
lifetime.
probably 2009. It was probably the first album cycle. Like,
absolutely
yeah, something
was.
like that. Yeah.
And we were in the parking lot. And
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Boy, things have changed mightily.
Yes.
New record is out. All right.
is.
We're playing
Anton's Air Conditioning and Heating, AntonsHVAC.com. You got to head on over to the website, book that furnace tune-up, and save. AntonsHVAC.com. They do it all, though. Air conditioning, heating. I've had them on my house to do the energy audits. I love them. I trust them. They just replaced my water heater as well. By the way, if you're looking for a new way to stay, toasty and not burn a hole in your pocket, replace your heating and cooling system now with Anton's and don't make a payment for 2 winters. That's right. You don't have to make a payment for 2 winters. Call Anton's today. Let me give you the phone number. That's 314-279-8288, 314-279-8288. But they do it all. Duct cleaning, sealing, geothermal. They offer plumbing services as well. Don't forget to ask them about that Anton's Hero program. A free lifetime membership to all active and retired military and first responders. That's the Heroes program. Anton's is incredible. Local company, 42 years with an owner who cares about total home. Everything from repairs to installation. Check out all that they can do for you and your house at AntonsHVAC.com. That's ANTONSHVAC.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest with a St. Louis favorite, and the great part about this today is that they're actually going to get to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Highly Suspect backstage at Point Fest. What's going on? Welcome back. It's wonderful to see you as always, but I would also like to tell you that Natural Born Killer has been one of our favorite songs of the year so far. It sounds great on the air, and it sounds like a great Highly Suspect song. So let me ask you, where did that come in the recording process? One of the first, one of the last? Where was that?
Smack dab in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right. I always wonder if, when it comes out as a strong lead single like that, if where it was in the creative process matters. You know what I'm saying?
I think once we heard that riff, it was like, okay, this is like the sports anthem style riff. We just kind of knew it would be the one.
Yeah, absolutely so. So a new album is out now. All right. How quickly do you see the audience singing songs back to you? Like if
almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are
luckily.
And you got to be kind of like amazed and taken aback by that a little bit.
Oh my God, it's a blessing. It's incredible.
I can't remember words to songs I loved from 20 years ago.
I can't remember the words to the songs that we wrote, so I struggle.
You know, here's like kind of a weird one, and I'm very curious about like little things like this. I was at a show the other night. Pearl Jam was here. They played the Enterprise Center. And you have half of the venue that have phones up and are trying to record the entire show. And then you have the other half that are seemingly annoyed by those that are recording. As a band, do you care?
I hate it.
You hate it.
It's the worst.
But let me ask, why you hate it? And I hate it because I'm a short guy. Inevitably, somebody in front of me has got it, and then I'm not seeing anything. I'm dancing the entire show.
As another short guy, it bugs me too. You know, it's killing the view. Like,
I want to see the show.
I also wonder who's watching these videos.
That's the thing is like you take a cell phone video and then what? You listen to it, it sounds terrible. You're never going to watch it again. It's like take a picture and put your phone down, be present.
Right.
You know, back in my day, we didn't even have the option to do that. So
it's crazy to me when I see people complain about Jack White's phone policy, where he won't let you, you got to leave it in a bag. And maybe that's a little bit too much, but I like the general idea of just going to the show and watching the freaking show. Like, right, exactly.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, completely unheard of. So, touring-wise, we busy the rest of the year, I would assume?
We are.
Well into 2023?
We are.
How far do they book you dudes out? So, like, if I want to make a 30th anniversary show for The Point for next year, because we're turning 30, how far ahead do I have to, do I have to talk to the booking people to get Highly Suspect in?
No, you just talked to us. You just said that. We'll be there. You know we'll be there for you.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's a big birthday. I mean, 30 years for an alternative radio station these days.
I can't wait until I have mine.
My next birthday is 50. I'm not prepared for that even in the slightest. But now when my kids say I do old man stuff, I do old man. I mean, I can't even fight them on it anymore.
Like what? What's old man stuff for you?
Well, let me tell you. I have this particular pair of New Balance tennis shoes, okay? I got them to walk in, and as soon as I took them out of the box, I am not even lying, my two oldest kids started crying, laughing at me and my old man shoes. And then when I tried to point out to them that how much the arch support means to me, oh my God, like they were hyperventilating. So that's just one of the things. I have the TV on super loud all the time. My hearing is going.
Mentalityhealth.com, or go to lowtusa.com. So this happens to guys as they get older. Testosterone levels go down. So you may not be feeling as sweet as you once did when you were in your 20s, in your 30s, and you want to get back to that you again. So my suggestion is to make an appointment with Mentality. That's what I did. That's what Moon did. Met with a board-certified physician. They did a blood draw. Okay, check your vitamin levels. How's the vitamin levels? Okay. Check your testosterone levels. Whoa, there's our problem. Fight the symptoms of low T with custom testosterone replacement therapy from Mentality. And it's time to turn the tables on low T. You could turn back the clock to the man you saw in the mirror 5, 10, or even 15 years ago. Don't wait until tomorrow. Book an appointment with Mentality today. 2 locations, Chesterfield and at South County. Mentalityhealth.com. Mentalityhealth.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rizz Farms. So the plan is going to release a bunch of videos to kind of show you.
Hey, it's Justin Willman. You're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz.
What we're doing out here.
I think this is kind of a funny story. And before we get to our contest, A&W restaurants. I think I've been to one at a rest stop.
Yeah, there's one in St. Peter's.
Like the root beer people.
Yeah.
And they have their own kind of fast food
It's
place.
delicious.
Or there used to be one.
There's a drive-in by me.
And just, what would you associate it with? Like, what's it like? A Dairy Queen?
Yeah, that's without the ice cream. Like the similar kind of burger, but almost like a Sonic without all the fancy sides.
No, yeah, it is kind of Sonic-y.
Yeah?
Because they got like burgers, fries, hot dogs, right?
Okay, yeah, because they also have
stuff,
hot
right?
dogs.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen them at rest stops before. I don't think I've ever walked into one.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can walk into one anywhere. It's either rest stops or drive-ins, like the old 50s style.
The one in St. Peter's, I think, is a standalone, and you can walk in.
Oh, really?
I think it's a combo, like an A&W and a pretzel time or something.
Well, do you know they have a mascot? Rudy the Great Root Bear?
No.
Okay, so here's the thing that's making the rounds online. This is kind of funny. I guess A&W Restaurant said that Rudy the Great Root Bear will start wearing pants.
Oh yeah,
replying to M&M's.
So yes. this is like a it wears like a orange sweater, and it's even got like one of those beret looking painter hats from the winter with a little fuzzy ball on the top.
Yeah.
But has no pantalones.
No pants. So the A&W tweet read, in part, America, let's talk. Since 1963, Rudy the Great Root Bear has been our beloved spokesbear. We knew people would notice because he's literally a 6-foot-tall bear wearing an orange sweater.
Yeah.
But now we get it. Even a mascot's lack of pants can be polarizing.
Donald Duck in it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you. I'm going to name some famous cartoon bears, and you have to tell me: are they wearing pants or no pants?
Okay.
Or are they wearing a shirt or no shirt? You tell me what they're wearing.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
He has a red shirt but no pants.
Red shirt. I say there's shorts on that guy.
No pants.
No
Winnie the Pooh,
pants.
no pants.
Just the red shirt.
Just red shirt, no pants.
Yeah.
Scott.
Red shirt, no pants.
Yeah, I was wanting to join in on
red
this
shirt, no
important
pants. All right.
conversation.
The Charmin Bears.
Charmin bears aren't wearing anything.
No, they're wiping. They can't be wearing pants.
No, they're just gray bears.
Do they have any shirts on?
They're like purple. No,
Maybe they
no
have like
shirts.
a tie.
No,
I think they have toilet paper
no
fiber.
clothes. They're George Costanza in it. They take
Moon
the
is
shirt
correct.
off.
No,
George Costanza, they take
Yeah,
the
they
shirt
take the
off.
shirt
No.
off to poo and everything.
I find those commercials deeply disturbing. All the Charmin bear commercials.
I heard an ad one time, and I thought it was a real song until I started paying attention to the lyrics. I went, they're talking about their shiny hiney.
Yeah.
So I thought, and like, it was well produced. I thought it was a real song. Like, no, that's an ad.
I think
Well-
that's the only thing you can do.
Well,
is-
because I think it's after the Charmin Bears who toilet paper commercial. I think it's after the old adage, does a bear poop in the woods? I think that's why they
that's
use the
brilliant.
bears.
Oh. That makes sense.
Okay, so you're on the board. Okay, guys, we have a toilet tissue to advertise. How do we get it out there? How do we advertise this on a visual medium? How do we advertise that
Well,
this is
does a-
softer on your
Does
bum
a bear
than?
crap in the woods? Brilliant.
Let's do a cartoon. We don't want to put people in this. That'd be awkward. I did it perfectly.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bears,
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
Oh, he's just a tie.
collared shirt, green tie.
He only wore a hat and a tie.
Yeah.
That was
Just
one
the
with
tie, no shirt?
Yeah. I knew one of them I could see with just a tie. It's him.
Yogi only wore a tie.
He's out in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't need to wear anything.
It's business casual.
He wore a hat though, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought
Didn't
that-
Yogi
A
wear
little top hat.
I think Yogi wore a hat.
it's almost like a Robin Hood hat, right?
Or was that Little John from Robin Hood cartoon?
Yeah, see, he's got the tie.
He's a
Now,
bear.
the tie has a
Collar.
And it's like
But
a
he's got a
fedora.
hat.
He's got a fedora. Yeah, it was made in the 30s.
Okay, so Yogi wore a hat and a tie. What about the Hams Beer Bear?
I don't remember the bear. I know the beer. I used to.
The Hams Beer Bear.
No, you don't wear clothes. Beer, you got it off.
Naked. Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy
Remember
Ruxpin,
Teddy Ruxpin?
had a blue pea coat. Oh, no.
No,
that's
you're thinking
Paddington.
of Paddington.
No, because wasn't Ted based on that? And Ted doesn't wear clothes. No, nude.
Yeah.
No.
Bare naked.
Teddy Ruxpin wore pants.
Oh, Teddy Ruxpin had the vest. Looked like a bulletproof vest. Like a.
Teddy Ruxpin, vest, pants.
Yep, going into the woods.
Appropriate.
Fozzie.
Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie is naked except for a hat. He has a hat. He has a hat. And if I remember right, he may have something on his neck as well.
Yeah, I think he might have it because he's like a comedian. He has a tie.
He wears a tie.
Yeah, he wears a tie.
He
for
just wears
sure.
a tie.
Yeah, look at that. Oh no, it's a scarf. It's a hat. And a scarf type thing. It sometimes looks like one of those bow tie things, but it's like a bow. It's like a scarf that's bowed up.
The Coca-Cola Polar Bears.
Naked.
Naked.
Yep.
Naked.
Ted.
Naked.
Was Ted?
Ted was naked.
You seem confident, so I'm gonna roll with you.
Yeah,
but-
I'll say naked then. It was
I
R-rated.
think Ted was naked.
Yeah. That was like a joke in the movie.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Well, except for
maybe he like got in a
He
suit
wears
for a
an apron.
scene.
Well, he goes to work in an apron.
at the job. Yeah, in an
He's
apron.
naked on that couch. Gross.
All right, finally, Stanley, the mascot of the Chicago Bears.
Mascot of the Chicago Bears.
He wears a jersey.
I think. Oh,
Does he wear pants, though?
the mascot. Oh,
Stanley, the mascot of the Chicago Bears.
Let's put him in football pants.
I'll say no.
You're playing. He's a football
of
mascot.
course he wears a jersey.
I think he has a jock strap
No
on,
pants.
doesn't
No
Stanley,
pants.
the mascot for the Bears, no pants.
Oh, mistake.
The 00 jersey though.
Double
It's
zero
like
jersey,
shirts and
no
skins
pants.
playing. You're going pants and pantsless.
All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, today's contest is sponsored by
TR Hughes, half-acre new home sites in Wentzville and 5-acre new home sites in St. Charles. Visit trhughes.com.
we are playing Feud Fight. So this is all based on Court's phone. So when you type into Google a phrase, Google will auto-suggest how to finish the phrase out.
Yeah.
So we'll give you a phrase, and you tell us what one of the top 3 Google suggestions is.
Should be easy.
Simple as that. We'll give you 3 chances at it.
Yeah. Family Feud style rules.
Yeah, we'll give you 3 shots at it. If you get it right, if you get one of the 3 right, you have a choice. Tickets to go see Dan Cummins tomorrow over the pageant, 8 o'clock show. Tickets for our Party Gras tent over at DB's in Soulard. That'll be Saturday, February 18th. And we have tickets for Blue Man Group, February 9th through the 12th. And this is all while supplies last. So let's take this game out for a test spin. First time we're playing it. Let's go to Rob in St. Charles. Good morning, Rob.
What's going on, man?
All right, Rob, you got 3 chances to guess what Google suggests after this phrase.
How can I increase my blank?
All right, Rob.
I think he's searching for it.
Don't
Your
Google it, Rob.
phone will be different than mine.
Timer's up.
How can I increase my what?
I'm doing a timer. Goodbye.
Buzzing.
Goodbye, Tom.
So I don't know if his phone was cutting out or what. I don't know what was going on.
If you try to cheat and Google it yourself, it will be different than mine.
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Fair.
Keith, let's try this again. Hey, Keith.
All right.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Same phrase.
Same phrase. Keith, how can I increase my blank?
Testosterone.
Give me another one.
Sex drive.
I thought that'd be on there.
Ooh, dang. Shoot.
That's it.
Efficiency.
Oh, I like it, though. 3 good guesses.
Credit score, lung capacity, or internet speed.
That's a tough one. That was a tough one. Some of these I think everybody's going to get right away. Some of these are not as easy as
So
you
do you
think.
want the 7 seconds? You have to answer, like, if you get it wrong,
How
all
about 10,
within all
10 seconds, 3 guesses?
10 seconds.
like
you
that.
have 10 seconds for 3 guesses.
Like
Okay.
it.
Fair.
Like it.
Oh, hey, well, we're working this out as we're
Yep,
going
right.
on.
Yep.
All right, so Nick, we will give you the phrase, and you will have 10 seconds for your 3 guesses, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Why are there bumps on my blank?
Skin. Hair. Tongue.
Oh! All right, hang on, Nick.
Just
Correct
in time.
answers were pee-pee, tongue, and vagina.
And it literally said pee.
Now, would we have accepted dong or penis?
I would say yes.
I would say yes, too, but it said pee-pee.
It literally said PP.
All right, Melissa, hello. Hey, Melissa. Melissa! Oh, hello, hi.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, you have 10 seconds for your 3 guesses. Here we go.
Who is the worst blank?
Go.
Musician. Who's the worst? Athlete.
Close.
President.
Oh.
YouTuber, serial killer, or team in the NFL.
Those were great guesses. That
They
was
were
a
solid
tough one.
guesses.
Those were good guesses.
All right, Sean, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right, Sean, 10 seconds to give us the Google suggestions. Go.
Why does St. Louis blank?
Suck. Stink.
Go ahead, last guess.
Have bad traffic.
Have so much crime, have an arch, or celebrate Mardi Gras.
Those are good.
Should we increase to 13 seconds?
13 seconds on the clock.
All right, 314-624-3833 or
Somebody's-
618-398-3833.
Somebody's getting this one.
This one's easy.
This one. You're
Okay,
getting this.
here we go. Brandon.
Why is the blank?
Sky blue.
Hey, number 1.
Hang on. Why is the sky blue, sun red stock market down today?
And I don't even know if I'd consider the sun red necessarily, but that's what Google says.
All right, let's go to Miles and O'Fallon. Miles.
Hey, happy birthday, Rizz.
Next, buddy. Here we go.
Why does my wife blank?
Eat.
What do you say?
Cheat.
Eat? No.
No, cheat. As in
Oh, cheat.
cheat.
Okay,
Oh, no,
cheat.
no.
Cheat. Okay, no, that wasn't it.
Spends money.
Not bad.
Why does my wife what?
Hate me.
Yeah. Why does my wife hate me?
Is that personal?
Why does my wife hate me, yell at me, or fart so much? Okay, let's go to Nick in Union. Nick, hello.
Hello.
All right, Nick, here we go.
What does it feel like to blank?
Fall in love. The guy.
Close. Go.
Dude. Try.
Oh, let's go to somebody else. Same question. Scott.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
What does it feel like to blank?
Fly.
That's a good one.
Walk.
Those are good guesses.
This is a tough
The
game.
fly one was good.
This is tough. Let's keep going with this one. All right, Levi, same one.
Why does
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
What does it feel like to blank?
Fly.
Oh, no.
Swim. Float.
So it's what does it feel like to get shot, be drunk, or pass a kidney stone?
Whew.
All reasonable 1, 2, 3s.
This one should be easy. This next one.
We think. Adrian, hello.
Hello.
All right, let's try this out again.
Why is Missouri the blank?
Don't know.
All right.
No, I had a guess. Okay. Good job. Miles, why is Missouri the blank?
Say what?
Why is Missouri the blank?
I'm on the phone, like literally most of the radio stuff.
Goodness.
Wendy.
Yes.
Okay, let's try this one more time. Why is Missouri the blank?
The best state.
Oh, you're close.
The most.
No. Come on, just shut the timer off. I'm just gonna.
You were close with best state.
Okay, the best lakes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go until you get it right.
Wrong
Why
word
is Missouri
change.
the what?
I'm sorry?
Why is Missouri the what?
The gateway state.
Keep going.
Come on. You're on the right track.
The best
What's our motto?
sports athlete.
No,
Show me sports athlete.
I can't. Wes, why is Missouri the blank? Wes.
Oh. Why is it the worst state?
Oh, my gosh.
There it is.
That's number 3. She was so close. She said best state in the gateway
I couldn't
state?
Gateway
yeah.
state.
Oh, show me state. We're the show me state. Which was number 1.
All right, hang on. What's up? All right, let's do one more. A good one here.
You see one you want to do?
The next two are both good. Both good and
The last one on this first
Okay,
page.
I like it.
yeah, that's
Richard, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, we're gonna get this.
You got this,
You
man.
are gonna go until you get this. You are gonna win. Here we go. Until I
Okay.
get really pissed off.
All right, Richard. Why do men blank?
P. Get hard.
All right, thank you, Richard.
You see
Coming
what-
from Richard too.
Did you see what number 1 and number 2 are?
Why do men have nipples? Go
Which is-
bald, get erections.
Which is a good book, by the way. Why did men have nipples?
Why do men have
Is that a
nipples?
real book?
It is a real book. It's a
Do you
good
know
book.
the answer?
Oh yeah. Because like when we first formed or something.
It's evolution,
like,
right?
Yeah, we're not sure what we are.
So we might lose them eventually. Oh, we're not. I got you. Oh, okay.
Kind of. I
Oh,
think
so
so.
I do-
It's something like that. I forgot that part of the book was the least interesting part. Actually,
I got the cover.
Like, how long should it take? How long should it take to Moon?
Oh, I don't know it. How long should it take to get from here to there? Let's see. Finish construction project.
Poop. How long?
Oh, that's reasonable.
Take
Depends on if you're on the clock or not.
Right.
I guess you're
Oh,
right.
let's take
yeah.
to poop, run a mile, or potty train a puppy. Okay.
Yeah, of course, my mind goes dirty.
Yeah.
Like most people's did. I bet you that's what hung up a lot of people.
Right.
I mean, it could be any number of things.
Yeah.
It's that tough game.
That is tough. Tough.
All right, 9:07. Friday, another look at your traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Point traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceways NASCAR Cup Race, June 3rd and June 4th. Get your tickets now, www.raceway.com. Stalled vehicle 64 eastbound from McKnight, down a few exits to 170. We also have delays at... never mind. That just cleared. That's good. Things are finally starting to clear up from all that mess on 40 earlier. Your point forecast today, breezy and warmer with a high of 52. Tomorrow, chance of late rain with a high of 54. Then Sunday, chance of winter mix with a high of 34. Right now, it is 33 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
So aside from rest, relaxation, and a lot of work, another reason we bought the farm was because my wife owns a company called All Things Elderberry, where she makes elderberry elixir and various other elderberry products. So not only are we building a house on the property, but this is the field over here with over 70 rows of elderberry plants, over 9,000 elderberry plants on this field right now. So let me take you up there. Let me show you what it's all about. So instead of buying elderberries from somebody else, we thought, let's just grow the elderberries ourselves. No big deal. So here we are up here on the big field. It's about 5+ acres of elderberries. As I said, 70 rows, over 9,000 plants. So the rows start over here and go all the way down. So last October, all these plants were put in. Now, right now, they look like little sticks. But come late July, come August, these sticks will be about yay high, full of elderberries. So there are a bunch of different varieties of elderberry in the field here. This is called a Pocahontas. So this will eventually be here, maybe even higher. So come July, August, we'll need tiny hands to come pick these elderberries, put them in buckets for processing. But for the time being, we need to mulch every single row. Every single row. The mulch is going to go onto the rows to prevent weeds from sprouting up and killing the elderberry plants. So yeah, that's the next big thing. Mulching.
Hello, my name is Jeff from the Rizzuto Show, and I'm standing here underneath the beautiful Hubbard sign. This is our, quarter mile, whatever it is, to keep clean, and because I lost real and fake again, I have to clean up the highway. So we're here at 270 in Olive, and I'm going to go clean up the highway, so enjoy. Hope they made it home okay. When's the break? There's a room key from the Hilton. I wonder what guy threw this out of his car window on the way home. treat, though. Smells like exhaust. It's the actual reason why we're out here, actually, right there. Let's get this crap off the highway. Here we are at the Sponsor a Highway section for Hubbard. I have cleaned up this entire 17 miles is what it felt like. We found ourselves a syringe. We found all kinds of great stuff, including a motorcycle seat. So I'm thinking, real or fake, punishment served. Bitch.
So reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. Now, with Schnucks Rewards, you earn 2% back on everything you buy. It's simple. You shop, you earn, you redeem. Just show your barcode in the app or use your phone number at checkout. And not only do you get points for money off, the Schnucks Rewards app has a lot of other features designed to make your grocery shopping easier. So you can shop directly right there on the app to order delivery, or you can do the curbside pickup. You schedule, Schnucks delivers. It is effortless. If you can't find something, let's say you're looking for frozen French fries, it's easy right there with the item search in the app. You'll also find hundreds of exclusive digital offers and coupons, personalized savings delivered to you in an instant. And of course, everyone is looking for ways to save a little more these days. So why not be a Schnucks Rewards member and get 2% back on everything you buy? So reward yourself. Download the Schnucks Rewards app today and start saving money off your groceries. It's free right there in the App Store. Get the Schnucks Rewards app today.
Will you ever do Razor Blade ever live again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hell yeah. Hold on.
That's
Wait, let me see if I hold on. Breathe about, I don't know how to play it. With a razor blade cut me. It's A, right? In the day-by-day collision called the art of growing up. There's an innocence we look for in the stars. To be taken back to younger days where there was no giving up on the people we held closest to our hearts. Yeah, it is you.
What's up? This is Tito Ortiz. You're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz.
It is you that took my first.
So, okay, so moon wishes and things appear.
That's
Lion's
right.
Choice.
Hey, man.
Lion's Choice delivered food.
Well, Lion's Choice reached out because I knew the court was in from out of town. They're like, you got to have Lion's Choice. It's a St. Louis thing.
Well, he's staying at the Drury, so you were like,
Yep.
there's a Lion's Choice right there, so you got to go.
Yeah, but they brought it to him. How nice is that?
Nice as that.
I like that much better.
They also have two new menu items. They wanted us to try the Cluckin' Hot Chicken Tender Sandwich and then the Triple Chocolate Chunk Custard Sandwich that my son tried yesterday, and he approves.
Wait, what did you say that was?
It is a Triple Chocolate Chunk Custard Sandwich. It's like the cookies, the chocolate cookies with custard in the center.
Wow.
But that smells good in
Excelente.
here. All I smell is fries.
I know. Now I'm starving, man.
It's because I knocked him over and spilled him on
But they brought him the classic roast beef, so he's starting with that.
Yeah, you got to start with that.
It looks fantastic.
It is
fantastic.
good. God, take a bite. Go ahead, take a bite.
Yo, before you leave, you got to get a beef and cheddar.
Yeah, we
Get
also
the beef
have
and cheddar.
You want some
It's good,
sauce?
right? Yep. You got to get that with some of the jus.
The head tilt
Yeah.
back and then shaking yes. Like
They have
that's,
great au jus.
That's legit.
Great au jus. Yeah,
It
Lion's
is so
Choice
good.
is legit. That was the first. In fact, that one right there was the first fast food joint I went to in St. Louis. That particular Lion's Choice right there.
That's tasty.
And that's one of those companies that should be worldwide.
Where's the original Lion's Choice? Is that the one on Manchester?
The original is the
In
Manchester
Ellisville?
one, yeah.
Is that Ellisville? Is that considered Ellisville?
It's right at the border, yeah. But that's the
That's
OG.
the OG
it's,
one?
It's a different building now, but the original same spot.
You know, Moon raves about their fries all the time. Yeah, they got great fries.
Great fries. Got to put seasoning on the fries.
Before they fell on the floor,
that's
they were
Moon style.
much better.
Oh, it's still good on the
Still
floor.
good on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Fries.
You know they're good if you'll eat them.
I've got a Lion's Choice tattoo. I'm so.
Do you really?
into
Yeah.
it, yeah.
That's how into it is. Okay, so fast food fries, and Lion's Choice is not on this list, but and this was Thrillist.com ranked fast food fries from cardboard to perfection. Let's see if you get. Let's see if you get the top one here.
McDonald's.
McDonald's number 2.
I think number.
What is, as far as the Thrillist.com, and that's a pretty legit website.
And it's a fast food.
They do a lot of food, blogging and writing.
Are they saying Five Guys?
Five Guys did not make their top 20.
Really?
Which was very surprising because a lot of places put Five Guys in their top 5.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan.
Oh, I got it.
Go ahead.
It's Arby's.
Which ones?
The curly fries.
Curly fries are number 1 for me.
Yeah, that's.
I figure it's like Penn Station or something.
Those are good fries, but they're not great fries, and the reason is because you can't have a ton.
Because I guess they got crinkle cuts and curly fries, so their crinkle cuts are 6.
Crinkle cuts have to be like left over from yesterday because everybody wants the curly fries.
And they're good, super good. Not good if not. You can't eat a ton of them.
Oh, I can.
Well,
Like too greasy?
I don't know. No. There's something with the flavor. You go, okay, I'm done with that.
So In-N-Out Burger fries were number 20 on their list. They're good.
I love.
But there are no In-N-Out
Animal
fries.
style.
There's no In-N-Out here. So
Yeah.
Dairy Queen, their fries are 19. Sonic's fries are 18.
Dairy Queen.
They have good burgers. Surprisingly good burgers.
Their fries are pretty good. Yeah. You know whose fries have stepped up the game, and I used to really crash on them because their fries were poop back in the day.
God.
Burger King
Burger King's
stepped
number
up the
15.
game, dude. I had them. I was like, these are terrible, and then my son's like, no, these are great.
Burger King's number 15. God.
They changed it. Let's see.
Wendy's?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Wendy's?
They keep changing
Hot
them.
and crispy fries, number 5.
Those are pretty solid now. Did White Castles make it?
White Castle, number 13. They got crinkle
fries.
cuts, right?
You know what's not bad? The nacho fries from Taco Bell.
Those are number 7.
They took those away, right?
I think they came back. They come and go.
come and go.
Well, I never
You never know.
got to try them, I don't think.
Those are number 7. They're nacho fries. Number 8 is Whataburger French fries. There's
Texas.
no Whataburgers here. A&W is number 9. Their fries.
Nice.
You guys are missing a big one at number 3.
Hardee's?
Hardee's.
They do have good fries.
Hardee's, number 17.
Checkers has good. Rallies?
Yeah,
Checkers Rallies, number 4.
Same thing. Same thing as
Sonic?
Arby's. Same thing as Arby's.
It's that seasoning then that you don't like
You're
or
like,
something.
well, I like
Checkers
it.
/ Rallies, their famous seasoned fries are number 4.
Yeah, very good.
Big
Did you
one
guys
at
say
3.
In-N-Out?
In-N-Out was number 20.
No longevity to those. fries.
Like an obvious one that we should have said already?
Obvious.
Steak
Very
and
obvious.
Shake?
Not Steak and Shake.
Oh, those are good. The little small.
Shoestrings.
Maku? We talking about McDonald's?
We already said they're number
Those
2.
two.
An obvious
Big
one.
one.
Very obvious.
Ahead of Burger King and ahead of Wendy's.
I think these are okay.
Oh.
Are they traditional style?
No.
So like sweet potato?
Oh, is it
Chick-fil-A.
Culver's?
Culver's is number 12.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Waffles.
Chick-fil-A. The waffle fries.
Waffle fries are number 3.
You know what? And it goes down to those are great. That's a good waffle fry, but it's the sauce.
They got to be well done.
It's the lemonade.
I've never had the lemonade.
They have the best lemonade in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the sauces though. Them and like what's the other one that everyone
No,
talks about?
Chick-fil-A, their waffle fries are good if they're well done. I hate soggy.
They needs to be well done.
I hate soggy waffle fries.
But you have the options with waffle fries. You can do ketchup and it's acceptable. You can do barbecue sauce,
Sure.
that's acceptable. And then you can do the
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, the chicken sauce and that's acceptable. What's the other place that's right down the road? It's either like Chick-fil-A or this place.
Oh,
Raising
Popeyes?
Cane's.
They're
Raising
number
Cane's.
11.
They have the
Again,
good ranch.
Back to the sauce. It's the sauce.
Raising Cane's crinkle cut fries, number 11. Church's chicken fries are 10. Popeye's Cajun fries are 16.
Did KFC's
Station?
potato wedges make the list?
No, KFC's secret recipe fries did.
Okay.
Is Penn,
They got rid of the potato wedges.
Yeah, I didn't like them. I'm a big KFC guy.
Wingstop is good. And
Oh, yeah.
Penn,
They do have
Penn
good fries.
Station. Penn Station's another.
Wingstop's fries are some of the best fries in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far, they're that brown steak fry kind of thing.
Now,
Golly.
With season them up.
There have been plenty of arguments about which fast food establishments have the best fries, and it's all subjective. But once you get them, how do you prefer to eat them? So a poll asked people how they like their fries. Now, they asked about McDonald's specifically, but it can probably be applied across the board, depending on the different sauces that might be at various places.
I eat them like this.
Plain.
Yeah, they don't make it home. If I get McDonald's drive-through, the fries don't make it home.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, but do you have to dip them in something?
No. I love them in ketchup. I love them in barbecue sauce. I love them by themselves, depending on if they're high quality fry. Which at this age, I'm only eating high quality fries. But I will say, I do it multiple at a time, and my kids hate that.
Oh, multiple at a time?
Yeah. Do you do what? How do you physically do it? I do. You know.
Yeah, if it's Lion's choice, you have to
2
do
or 3 at a
multiple.
time.
Yeah.
I try to do one at a time because it makes them last longer.
I know.
I don't
I'll
have
drink
time
them
for
if I could.
But most people say, actually, that they eat them just as they are without any dipping.
Because I think they're eating them in the car.
Like just about 50% of people are like, hey, you know what? I'll just eat them as is.
And that's how you tell a good fry. Because like Moon was saying, otherwise it's the sauce. It's not the fry, it's the good sauce. A good fry, you can eat plain.
Don't think that I didn't make a decision based on my fries when it came to my latest vehicle. Okay, I was like, well, okay, emergency brake here. Where do I put the fry? You know, the bag or box. And I thought, oh, look at that. There's a nice little cubby hole. for
I've
that.
seen people eat fries. I've seen. So if I dip them in ketchup, it's just a little dip. I've seen people cover them in ketchup. You go, now you're just eating ketchup.
If I'm at a diner or something, if I'm sitting down, I don't mind a big thing of ketchup. But to cover, the touch gets weird. I don't want to be all ketchup-y.
Enough.
Like you said,
potato,
a dip. A dip. Not smothered.
39% ketchup, 7% dip them in barbecue, 6% dip them in a sweet and sour sauce.
Ranch.
And 2% of people just want them by themselves without salt.
No salt.
No salt.
It depends on the
That's
fry.
something you could ask for.
If you're going to Lion's Choice later, do the seasoning. I know they didn't bring it in here, but like do the seasoning now. If you want to decorate your fries with it, great. Then you shake the box, even dip, right, or even spread. But the way to do it is you get a cup of ketchup or barbecue sauce or whatever your preferred dip is, and you put the salt in there,
and you mix it up.
Mix it in. You're going to use less salt and still get an even.
Yeah, because that Lion's
even
Choice
spread.
seasoning is salty. So just be careful.
It's so good.
Isn't there already salt in ketchup?
Well, I'm sure there's everything in ketchup.
All right, so one more question before we move on from food. So because it smells like Lion's Choice in here. So whenever people ask what superpower you want, everybody's always thinking about, invisibility or flying or teleporting, super strength. Being able to eat all the cookies without gaining weight. That's
a good one.
That's a superhero power I'd want. But what about the power to turn your 5 senses on and off? I'm not sure if that's a superhero thing, but maybe
Didn't COVID do that?
So and that's good. A recent poll asked if you could gain the power to switch on and off one of your senses at will, what would it be?
Hearing.
You would turn your hearing off.
I would.
Feel. Because then you can, do some daring stuff and get money if you can't feel anything.
Dude. But then when you come back, you're going to go,
feel.
My gosh, a broken elbow is the worst thing ever.
I'll just leave it turned off.
So be like an MMA fighter? Be like an MMA fighter?
Yeah, go out there, get your money, and I'll just leave it turned off and won't feel for the
so
rest of
you
my
can't
life.
feel, but severe damage internally that you wouldn't know about.
It'd be awful. You just fall down the stairs what happened? Hell, I don't know.
Well, if you couldn't hear, you couldn't work this job.
Well, no.
You have
He
the
said
ability
selective.
to turn on and off.
turn it on
so
and
you could turn it on and off.
Yeah,
you can turn it on and off.
I need quiet time, and sometimes I don't get it. So
That's true.
That would be I would be the best. Just turn my hearing off.
I think he's right about the pain, though, because you can do some fun stuff, and it's like, at least it didn't hurt for a second.
Yeah, but
and if it hurts again, whenever it starts swelling back up, you just turn it off.
So would that be considered the touch? So touch is feel?
Yeah.
I guess with the way I'm describing it, yes.
Like hurt?
Man, I don't know. That sounds
very dangerous.
dangerous.
Was it seeing,
Very dangerous.
hearing, touch?
So it's smell, hearing, taste, touch, sight.
Yeah.
And sight is stupid because that's a bit of waste since we do have eyelids. You could shut your sight off at any point.
Yeah, good point.
For me, it's smell. Smell. I'm shutting my smell off if I need to.
Yeah, but that also shuts off a good percentage of your taste. So you're kind of.
But I could turn it back on when I want to.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So you do hearing? Hearing would be a good thing. Just shut off.
Hearing just like.
Yeah, but I'd still hear the voices in my head.
Yeah, you can't turn those off.
They don't
turn those
go
off.
away. They don't go away. At least you could zap out everybody else's voices.
Most people said smell, followed by hearing, taste, touch, and then sight. The touch would be dangerous. Like if you were in like an MMA fight and you couldn't feel it, but there was severe damage.
I just leave it turned off a little longer.
What you got to remember, too, you could turn it back on to see if it's like, oh, man, is this internal or what's going on?
Turn it back off.
And you're like, this feels like a little sprain. All right, I'm turning it back off. I can go back out there.
Well, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
Okay, so an asteroid the size of a box truck flew past the Earth last night. A scientist said the asteroid came about 2,200 miles above Earth's surface, So the distance is about the same as some of those satellites up there. NASA said we were at no risk of the asteroid hitting Earth, but the mass made one of the closest passes to the planet ever recorded.
Wow.
Do we not have the technology to laser them?
I bet we might.
It wasn't close enough
if
to
we
bring out
need
the
to,
lasers?
Yeah. You got to see Don't Look Up, dude. You got to see it.
It's true.
It's that good? I don't know,
It's
man.
that good. It made the list. It made the list.
Jonah Hill's really
I don't want
funny
to be
in it.
depressed.
Yeah.
So if you ever had to make anybody have to really apologize for something? Actually, maybe you said something to your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I can do like a real apology.
Yeah.
Where you can't be eating and apologize. You're going to need eye contact. Yeah.
like a real apology. So I found this interesting. There's a new book called Sorry, 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 The Case for Good Apologies. So they gathered research from a range of different sources to find out what makes a good apology. So if you're going to apologize to somebody, here are the 6 steps to making a great apology. One that actually means something. Say you're sorry. Not that you regret. Not that you're devastated. Say you're sorry.
Not sorry you feel that way.
Oh, that's a bad one,
that's
too.
a bad one.
Say what it is you're apologizing for and be specific about it. Show you understand why it was bad, take ownership, and show that you understand why you caused the reason you're apologizing for. Don't make excuses. Say why it won't happen again. What steps are you taking? And if it's relevant, make reparations. Like, I'm going to pay for the dry cleaning, or, just send the bill to me. I'm going to do my best to fix what I did. So say those things. And if you're trying to give a sincere apology, avoid using these words. Obviously. The word already, like I've already apologized, is a thing they hear a lot. And qualifiers like sorry if or sorry but. And don't say I didn't mean to.
Because then it's an accident and you're not apologizing.
Yeah.
It's basically just say you're sorry.
It's an irrelevant.
Say it. Say you're sorry and stop making excuses and own up to it. That's basically what it is.
And I think you have to, like we said earlier, you have to be like not distracted. Like I can't be like eating and like, I'm really sorry I did that. I won't happen.
Is that
again.
roast beef? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. If you and your partner are looking for some extra cash this winter and you're willing to test your relationship with a frustrating task, this sounds like the perfect side hustle. The people at financebuzz.com are looking to hire a couple. They'll pay them $1,000 to give you, or they will give you, an additional $1,000 IKEA gift card. All you have to do is shop for an IKEA bedroom set, put it together, and document the ups and downs of the process.
Oh.
And there will be ups and downs. And they're only looking for one couple, but it's simple to apply. Just fill out this online form at financebuzz.com by the deadline, which is Valentine's Day, and then wait a week to see if you're chosen. The only prerequisites are that you have to live near an IKEA. Boom, we do.
Yep.
You have time to shop and assemble the furniture between February 21st and March 21st. Boom, we got the time. And you have to be willing to share photos and videos of your experience.
I hate assembling furniture. I'm so bad at it. Every time something's backwards and it's too late to go back.
Yep.
Screw it.
I might win this thing.
It is true that when they put an IKEA in a city, divorce rates go up.
Really?
That is a documented fact.
For multiple reasons. One, the husband's trying to put something together and then cursing a lot, and people are like, I don't know if this guy can handle a marriage. And then the other one is the guy's like, well, I got to find an apartment now because she just kicked me out.
And those hunky IKEA workers.
Yeah, very hunky. And the meatballs. Kids' birthday parties used to be easy. You give them a new video game or some clothes, have them invite 4 or 5 friends over, and get some fast food and a cake, and that's it. Did I miss anything? Old school birthday parties?
Yeah.
Now things are a lot more dramatic thanks to social media and Pinterest. In a recent survey of parents with kids between the ages of 3 and 12, the average kid's birthday party involves how many guests?
25.
10.
A class worth.
We're talking about kids, right?
The average kid's birthday party involves...
If you're not including parents, I'll say 8.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
10.
Are parents included?
16 guests.
Got to be, including parents.
9 presents and 3 hours of celebration.
That's parents then.
2 and 3 parents say their kids expect their favorite food, and a similar number put together custom goodie bags for their kids' parties. Half say their kids expect clowns or costume characters, inflatable play sets, or laser tag. And most parents say a party theme is necessary.
Yeah.
And most parents say they put pressure on themselves to make it more amazing.
I get that. You don't want to disappoint the kid or have the kids all over and be like, I'm bored.
Yeah. It is cool when the kids get to the age where you're like, what do you want to do? And they're like, it's a nice dinner. My daughter turned
Great.
Right.
Daughter turned 22 yesterday. Happy birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
I was like, hey, when are we going to get together? She's like, oh, let's do a dinner. I was like, I love
Wonderful.
it. I love it.
So these parents are putting pressure on themselves to make it amazing. But even with all that effort, most say their kids are not easy to impress.
Kids are kids.
Kids are kids. They suck.
Oh, man.
If you are stealing electronics, you may not care if it's new in the box or if it's a floor model, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good
But what
point.
about if it's a sex toy?
Not
you
used.
might want
Yeah, there's one thing you don't buy
New
used.
in box.
Nope.
A man in Australia was caught on surveillance camera stealing from an adult store last weekend. The owner said he picked up a box, saw the $142 price tag, put it down. The item was a very big phallic toy. But then he grabbed a tester version that was just sitting out, stuffed it into his pocket, and walked away.
Well, if he also stole like the sanitizing equipment, then he'd be all right.
It is, I don't know if this thing is top rack dishwasher safe,
I was
but
say, was there a dishwasher stolen in the neighborhood?
he managed to get out of the store without being caught. But now the police have the video, and they're looking for him. The owner says the guy must have thought the floor model was easier to steal than the one in the box.
That's a good point. Why not just steal the box?
But he adds, the owner's like, hygienic-wise, stealing a tester wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah, but it's not as dirty as you would think. They're not quite used, but they're out. People touch them.
Gross. Hey, remember the scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation where the family station wagon gets stuck under the tractor trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that happened for real in Kansas yesterday morning, except it reportedly lasted a whole lot longer. So police say that around 3:40 in the morning, a bunch of 911 calls came in reporting that a semi-truck headed westbound on 435 was pulling a silver Kia under the rear passenger side of the trailer. So officers managed to stop the truck, and they found this 28-year-old woman from Kansas City inside the Kia. So police say it's thought the crash happened when the truck drove through a green light from the westbound exit ramp to get back onto the interstate at State Line Road in Leawood. That's when cops say the Kia, which was headed southbound on State Line, slid through the red light at the intersection, hit the trailer in front of the right rear wheel assembly. The truck driver said he felt something but didn't see anything because the car was under the truck. They just kept going for 8 miles.
Holy smokes.
I'd be laying on the horn. What?
Where's all that smoke coming from? Well, I don't see anything. It's okay. Let's just
Keep going. I gotta get somewhere.
So the Kia's driver, who told officers she was in a great deal of pain, was brought to a hospital for evaluation. I can't imagine the horror
trauma.
Man.
The horror of it all.
8 miles.
Yep.
I wonder how the family truckster would have done going.
You know, they
going
said,
like
and I
8
read this
miles.
morning, the Vacation movie,
Yeah.
the original, killed sales for station wagons.
I think
No way.
I think it killed the
It killed the station wagon industry.
like the Ford LTD too. Like those cars that just kind of looked like that. Now that was a fake car, the family truckster.
Yeah, that was a.
But yeah,
It basically killed off the station wagon industry.
they called it the wagon queen family truckster.
Yep. And finally,
best, man.
Amazon drivers have to worry about things like back injuries and angry dogs and maybe the occasional ruptured bladder from no bathroom breaks. But this can't be very common. An Amazon driver in England, Gareth Thompson, hasn't been able to work for the past month after a very sharp mailbox cut his finger off.
Oh. What?
He was shoving a bubble envelope through the flap in somebody's front door back in December. And the tip of his left index finger got pinched in it. And he says he instinctively pulled his hand away and the flap ripped the tip of his finger off.
Oh.
It was bad enough you could see the bone. And it was bleeding a lot. So he went to a bar down the street to grab some napkins. He works for a subcontractor, not directly for Amazon, and his boss wouldn't let him drive the van to the hospital.
Oh,
And then
man.
this like the homeowner has a finger inside their house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bloody male.
Yep. So he had to wait for his wife to take him. And here's the roughest part. He was so panicked in the moment that he never went back for the tip of his finger. So doctors couldn't sew it back on. And they had to amputate a little more of it instead. He actually never went back to the person's house at all. So they must have found their bloody male along with the tip of a finger.
Yeah.
And had to, I guess, piece together what happened.
They're thinking their little chihuahua bit somebody's finger off.
Right.
Like,
They're-
Oh, yeah.
Put their dog down because of it. What have you done?
How did Petrie do that?
All right, that's your news. All right, I got sports here, but have you seen the story going viral? And this is something I'll see every day. On Wednesday night, an Uber Eats delivery person walked onto the basketball court in the middle of the game.
Oh, you were talking about this. I still haven't seen the video.
Halting play and leaving everyone in the arena basically scratching their heads. So this happened during the second half of the Loyola Chicago versus Duquesne's men basketball game at UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse in Pittsburgh. A man dressed in yellow comes on the court holding a bag of McDonald's as the Dukes are trying to score a basket.
Which is basically straight out of like a commercial. You know, like this is a perfect Super Bowl ad or something where it's...
Yeah, officials halted play to resolve the situation while the announcers, like, they try to figure out what the hell's going on.
And we got an official's timeout. Somebody came on the floor looking for an Uber Eats delivery or something. There is carrying some McDonald's.
This guy's in the corner. It looked like was he going to deliver the McDonald's to somebody on the court?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, doesn't that sound like you just listened to an ad?
Yeah,
You know,
here's
like-
the thing, though.
That's what I thought.
and
They
the
were
vo-
kind of acting.
Yeah, and the voiceover goes, if you get Uber Eats, we'll get your food anywhere.
Go
Or,
back,
you know,
go back
something.
a second.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, you know what they're saying? Because this is going all over the place, and people are like, you know, what a stupid Uber Eats driver. Who the hell would order food? They're saying it was probably a prank.
Yeah.
You're saying security just let him in?
The person was wearing a microphone.
Because the ref even goes up to him like, I'll get it later. Like the ref made it seem like it was his. There was something that happened, and that's kind of what I thought. I wasn't buying it.
This is one of those 2 million subscriber prank YouTubes, and when this all dies down, we'll see it in 4 months.
Yeah, Nathan, for you.
You could see in the clip he was ushered out of the arena by a staffer who told him, "You got to get off the court, man." So some speculated it's probably a prank. No, the person was wearing a microphone, but
It's like one of those like the kiss cams that I think it's always like the Atlanta Hawks do. You see them online, and it's like two girls about to go in for this kiss cam, and then two guys stand up and block the camera. It's set up. So
I don't know. I don't know if they set it up. I think it's probably a YouTuber trying to get some.
I think it's in-game entertainment planned
in the middle of the game.
Yeah, with the kiss cam and stuff, and then
Yeah, but they're playing. Like they were playing. Like the teams were playing.
But
yeah, the ball came over. He was standing right there and almost got in the way of the play.
It could have been a halftime thing. I don't know.
The teams were playing though. It's not like they were in the middle of the game.
This is weird.
Yeah.
There's no way that they would do that.
You're right.
Maybe
But
it was
something's
one of those
still weird
like,
with it.
Maybe it was one of those ideas where some of the staff was like, "Hey, this might be a good idea," and they got
They
ready
would
for it.
never.
And then not
in the
everybody.
middle of a game. Oh boy,
unless it's a fake. It could be a fake.
How many
game.
NCAA rules have been violated doing that? I think that's a heavily regulated thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, did we ever see any video of like a student there filming this? Like, or is it just that one angle?
It's just that one angle for now.
Yeah, you wait till it dies down. It'll be on some YouTube channel.
Yeah, all right, we'll see. Well, the Blues, our beloved St. Louis Blues, were embarrassed last night by the Coyotes. They got shut out 5-0. And the Blues hung with Arizona for a little while, and then the wheels came off. It started with 2 goals by Nick Schmaltz in the second, and then it got worse with 3 more in the third, including Nick Schmaltz, who wound up with another goal for a hat trick. That would be the Blues' 3rd straight loss, all to teams out of playoff position. Out of a playoff position. Even worse news, Robert Thomas's night ended when he took a puck. They're calling it a lower midsection injury, lower body injury.
Yeah.
Did he get hit and smoked in the giblies?
It was right in the bullseye or like just kind of like inner leg.
Because otherwise they could have said thigh contusion or something. Lower body is so vague.
But they're allowed to do that, and that's what they always do. They just do upper
that's why the
body
other
or
team
lower
doesn't
body?
know.
They always just say lower body injury.
Yeah, upper body injury, lower body injury.
Yeah.
Below the belt.
Yeah, so he wound up out for the game with a, quote, lower body injury.
Look painful.
They are in Colorado tomorrow. Mike Tyson being sued for $5 million for allegedly raping a woman after a night out in New York City back in the 90s. The woman's anonymous, says she met Mike Tyson at a club and he invited her to a party. She got into his limo and he immediately started touching her. She says, quote, I told him no several times and asked him to stop, but he continued to attack me. He then pulled my pants off and violently raped me. So again, this is from the 90s. Tyson spent 3 years in prison after a 1992 rape conviction. He has not commented on this new allegation. Don't forget, NFL's conference championship games will happen on Sunday. 49ers will travel to Philly, take on the Eagles for the NFC Championship. Kickoff 2 o'clock St. Louis time on Fox. Cord, who do you got?
Oh, I'm going to go with the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yes. Eagles, no. It's going to be the 49ers Chiefs.
I would love to see 49ers and Chiefs. I would love that. Eagles, though, pretty awesome.
Sure, but I believe the 49ers will win.
Ooh, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Last pick in the draft.
Dude.
Last.
That would be a great
last pick.
story. I would
rules.
root for that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So, 49ers, Phillies, 2 o'clock, Fox, and then the Bengals in Kansas City against the Chiefs. Rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. That starts 5:30 St. Louis time. It'll be on CBS. Winners head to Super Bowl 57, which will be on February 12th in Glendale, Arizona.
I'm stoked, dude. The NFL is fun right now because all these young quarterbacks, like, it's a fun story again.
Yes.
We don't have to deal with more Brady news. And I'm not a Brady hater. I'm not saying, like,
it got old.
Screw that guy. But, like there was a time and it just felt old. And yeah.
There's parity finally.
Now there's finally a lot of fun.
Well, finally, and speaking of Philly, so the Phillies crushed the Giants last week. I mean, it was an
Thanks for coming
ass-whooping.
out.
It was, yeah. So after their big win over the Giants last weekend, Eagles defensive back C.J. Gardner-Johnson walked out of Lincoln Financial Field to find his car had been stolen.
Oh.
His Kia.
Yep, and here's the video post from the parking lot. Obviously, he is in disbelief.
You took my car. Wow. That's how y'all getting down in Philly after a win?
Yep, that's how they get down in Philly. It must be his first day.
Right.
What a bummer.
All right, that is your sports. One final break. We'll come back and wrap her up.
Oh, hey, just sitting here checking out all my awards. You know, there are many ways to reach us in the Point Studio. You could call us. You could social media us. I think you could even fax us. But there's a new way. It's called Mic Drop. Yes, download the Point app, click the Mic Drop feature, talk into your phone, and your message goes right to us. Look, I just got one from Jeff Burton.
Hey, Rizz, great show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I f***ing read this stupid f***ing thing that head told me to read.
That's right, the new Mic Drop feature. Download the Point app.
Is this thing f***ing recording still?
Backstage at Point Fest, our first interview of the day is a gentleman that
So you've been putting off replacing your heating and cooling system. Okay, well, now's the time to replace your old, inefficient equipment with new, great equipment, efficient equipment. If you get an HVAC installation with Hoffman Brothers before February 28th, you are entered to win tickets to a St. Louis City SC home game this summer. Now, these are the hottest tickets in town, and now is your chance to go, thanks to Hoffman Brothers. And they are proud to announce that they are the official home service partner of St. Louis City SC. So as Hoffman Brothers has expanded over the past 40 years, so too has their ability to fulfill the purpose of improving lives in every single home, including the homes of their team members, their customers, and the homes of the families that reside within the communities that Hoffman Brothers serves. So this partnership with St. Louis City SC is going to strengthen their ability to deliver on their purpose. They're proud to be the official heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and appliance partner of St. Louis City SC. Hoffman Brothers is an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Online, hoffmanbros.com, HOFFMAN and bros.com.
Hello, I'm Lefty Borton, here for you, your Valentine's 2016 holiday dating tips. Number 1, fireplaces are great, but don't get too close. Human hair is flammable. Tip number 2, a bearskin rug is romantic. Go with something dark. It'll hide most of the stains. Alcohol is key. Always check for an ID. If you don't know, the judge will tell you. Tip number 4, trash bags should always be within reach. I'm fine. I have mine within reach all the time. We're not going to get to all of them. I haven't even gotten to the clamps yet. We're out of time for this year. I'll see you next year with Lefty Borton's Valentine's Tips for 2017. Goodbye for now.
This is Rizzuto. Not only is he rich, but he also has a lot of money. And he's looking to invest in the next big idea.
Hi, my name is Rizz, and I have a lot of money. I mean, almost too much money. So I'm looking to invest, and I've asked the fellas to come on down to my office and pitch me their ideas. Do they have what it takes to be in the biz?
Meet King Scott. By day, he's the producer of the #1 morning show in St. Louis. But by night, he's not at work anymore. Interesting. He says that despite all of his shortcomings, his one long coming is his knack for decent ideas.
Hello, I'm King Scott, and I'm here to pitch my business idea to Rizz, and I know he will definitely invest in this. It's a revolutionary business idea. It's going to change the world over, and I definitely have what it takes to be in the biz. Sorry. Hey.
Take a seat.
Hello there.
All right. Yeah, make sure you speak into the microphone.
All right. Yeah, I definitely will. Can I move the mic a little bit?
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, hi, I'm King Scott. I'm so honored to be on Rizz.
So when you're younger, you get yourself into trouble sometimes, financial trouble, and maybe you signed up for something, and you didn't pay the bill, and dinged your credit, and that should not follow you for the rest of your life. So if you're looking to get a new car or just, upgrade from what you have, maybe something pre-owned, maybe you're looking for a truck or a minivan or some kind of SUV, but you can't get that transportation because you have terrible credit. There's a place for you. It's called the Frank Lita Automotive Outlet. It's in Bridgeton, and that's where you will find Credit Amnesty. Credit Amnesty is guaranteed credit approval no matter what your current credit situation is. You see, over at Frank Lita, they've worked with every customer issue you could imagine. Repossessions, bankruptcies, bad credit, good credit, little no credit, job layoff, divorce, medical debt, credit card debt. It doesn't matter. They understand that bad things happen to good people. Not going to judge you. They're going to get you the transportation you need and deserve in a timely manner and get you back to your life. Guaranteed credit approval, only a dime down, invest in yourself, become part of the Frank Lita family. YesLita.com, YesLeta.com, YesLita.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest with a St. Louis favorite, and the great part about this today is that they're actually going to get to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Highly Suspect backstage at Point Fest. What's going on? Welcome back. It's wonderful to see you as always, but I would also like to tell you that Natural Born Killer has been one of our favorite songs of the year so far. It sounds great on the air, and it sounds like a great Highly Suspect song. So let me ask you, where did that come in the recording process? One of the first, one of the last? Where was that?
Smack dab in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right. I always wonder if, when it comes out as a strong lead single like that, if where it was in the creative process matters. You know what I'm saying?
I think once we heard that riff, it was like, okay, this is like the sports anthem style riff. We just kind of knew it would be the one.
Yeah, absolutely so. So a new album is out now. All right. How quickly do you see the audience singing songs back to you? Like it?
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are
luckily,
and you got to be kind of like amazed and taken aback by that a little bit.
Oh my God, it's a blessing. It's incredible.
I can't remember words to songs I love from 20 years ago.
I can't remember the words to the songs that we wrote, so I struggle.
You know, here's like kind of a weird one, and I'm very curious about like little things like this. I was at a show the other night. Pearl Jam was here. They played the Enterprise Center. And you have half of the venue that have phones up and are trying to record the entire show. And then you have the other half that are seemingly annoyed by those that are recording. As a band, do you care?
I hate it.
You hate it?
It's the worst.
Let me ask why you hate it. And I hate it because I'm a short guy. Inevitably, somebody in front of me has got it, and then I'm not seeing anything. I'm dancing the entire show.
As another short guy, it bugs me too. You know, it's killing the view. Like, I want to see the show.
I also wonder who's watching these videos.
That's the thing is like you take a cell phone video, and then what? You listen to it, it sounds terrible. You're never going to watch it again. It's like, take a picture and put your phone down. Be present.
Right.
You know, back in my day, we didn't even have the option to do that, so.
It's crazy to me when I see people complain about Jack White's phone policy, where he won't let you, you got to leave it in a bag. And maybe that's a little bit too much, but I like the general idea of just going to the show and watching the freaking show. Like, right, exactly.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, completely unheard of. So, touring-wise, we busy the rest of the year, I would assume?
We are.
Well into 2023?
We are.
How far do they book you dudes out? So, like, if I want to make a 30th anniversary show for The Point for next year, because we're turning 30, how far ahead do I have to, do I have to talk to the booking people to get Highly Suspect in?
No, you just talked to us. You just said that. We'll be there. You know we'll be there for you.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's a big birthday. I mean, 30 years for an alternative radio station these days.
I can't wait until I have mine.
My next birthday is 50. I'm not prepared for that even in the slightest. But now when my kids say I do old man stuff, I do old man. I mean, I can't even fight them on it anymore.
Like what? What's old man stuff for you?
Well, let me tell you. I have this particular pair of New Balance tennis shoes, okay? I got them to walk in, and as soon as I took them out of the box, I am not even lying, my two oldest kids started crying, laughing at me and my old man shoes. And then when I tried to point out to them that how much the arch support means to me, oh my God, like they were hyperventilating. So that's just one of the things. I have the TV on super loud all the time. My hearing is going, the hair. I mean, dude, it's not a pretty picture. Like, my wife is way too cute, truthfully, for what's going on here.
You're selling yourself short, Donnie. You're a beautiful man.
Thank you, man, very much. I've taken this in a very weird direction, but more than anything, I just...
So the new year is here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Rez's best deal of the year. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, basically every surface in your home can be Zero Rezified. So it's time to call the cleaning pros at Zero Rez. And don't forget about your air ducts. That'll help when you get those cleaned out, alleviate allergies or asthma, and it's also important to enjoy less dust and lower energy bills. Your home's going to stay cleaner longer. That's also important. So you must book by January 31st. You get a couple days to get 23% off all services with Zero Rez. That's the best deal of the year. I've had Zero Rez at my house a bunch of times. I use them because I know everything is safe. They use zero water. No harsh chemicals, no detergents. They have a 4.9 rating on Google with over 4,300 reviews, and the Zero Res 30-day gotta love it guarantee makes it easy to get what you pay for. So call Zero Res again, book by January 31st to get 23% off all services. 314-474-2020 or book online anytime. Make sure you mention the Rizz Show, ZeroResSTL.com. Spelled backwards, spelled forward, spelled the same. It's Zero Res. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. First off, thank you, Court Freeman.
Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
Court Freeman, radio legend from Detroit. Can't believe we were actually blessed by your presence here.
Man. Or should I say you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
Got to enjoy some Lion's Choice.
That's
right. Fantastic. Unbelievable.
Have a gooey butter cake bite.
I will have to try these too. I hear good things.
They're great.
Get you some thin crust pizza before you
Get
leave.
you some
I think I'm going to be too full on the gooeys.
Yeah. Those are good. Go slow. Go slow.
Yeah, pace yourself on those.
Get out of control.
But no, thank you for coming in. And
thanks. It was a ton of fun.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in St. Louis. Anything to plug?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Court Freeman and on Instagram at Court Freem. Somebody had Court Freeman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
I took it a while back.
Did you try
Give
Court?
it back.
Did you try Court Freeman 69?
I thought about it and I was like, let's just leave the numbers out of it. I've offered the girl money for the handle. She won't give it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, how much you offer?
200.
That's fair.
That's reasonable.
You want
Do you think I need to do more?
I would say
Maybe
so.
I'm $500.
Perhaps double it. Yes.
Yeah, perhaps 500. I think that would be make it worth a while, really.
200 now, 300 later.
Right. Do it, and payment plan.
Payment plan.
Well, thank you, Court. Appreciate it. Blog and podcast, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz.
Oh, well, thanks to Lion's Choice for feeding the out-of-towner with the Cluckin' Hot Chicken Tender Sandwich and the Triple Chocolate Chunk Custard Sandwich. Today on the blog, everything that we covered, including Friday fails. And the last Friday fail that you gave us, man, that's you should have just done that one first, got it out of the way.
No.
Brutal.
Deserved to be last.
Brutal what that guy dealt with for 6 months. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Check it out. Crap on celebrity sports, everything. Today, the podcast title is what, Scott?
Why are there bumps on my...
Yeah, it was a fun game. Tough.
All right, don't forget, buy your Party Gras tickets. That's for Mardi Gras, February 18th, down at DB's in Soulard. Mod Sun's playing. Teenage Dirtbags. Dirtbags Gone Country. There's a DJ.
Giveaways.
Giveaways. It's going to be a great time. All the details at 1057thepoint.com. We'll be at Dan Cummins tomorrow over at the pageant. I believe tickets are available for both shows. Not many, though, for the 5 and the 8. So hopefully we'll see you down at the pageant tomorrow. All right, gentlemen, anything else?
No, just a huge thank you to everybody for supporting us. Rizz Night at the Blues was so huge, awesome. And your encouraging words, and obviously everything you did with the theme ticket night, getting the Jeff bobblehead, and the money that was raised for Kids Rock Cancer, $9,405, just there from that night. So thank you to everybody there, and thanks for everybody else for the support. Our podcast is huge. The numbers are still growing, so just want to say thanks. Thank you.
Also, I almost forgot, but a buddy of mine named Blaine, he had a massive heart attack on Tuesday. And I think he's doing pretty good. He texted me last night and everything, but just saying that we're pulling for you, buddy. And
hey, get well, Blaine.
Blaine.
We're sending Court over with some fries.
There we go.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not okay for somebody who had a heart attack.
But thanks for taking care of Blaine, everybody.
He's gonna come over with some baby aspirin.
You can watch me eat him.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, which is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, the proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Fenton, Linda Carver is our. That's right, Linda Caver.
Linda
Caver.
Miss Caver.
Is our Team Rizz Member of the Day, and she wants to hear this song, and here it is. And we will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Energy.
Hey, this is Tina Bell.